deal. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and we back with Saturday Night Tech Talk. I got a panel of guys on here today. We're gonna have us some fun. But every Friday, every Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, I stream. So this is another episode of Saturday Night Tech Talk. This is your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. And I see people already in the stream. I got my man Total Tech. What's up, TK in the building? Yes, that's my man TK in the building. Tyler, what's up with you, Tyler? I see Scrumptious in the building. What's up with you? Yes, Scrumptious in the building. She is part of my Wine Wednesday. We missed you this Wine Wednesday, but what's up with you? All right. While everybody coming aboard, I want to give a huge shout out to my panel. I want to give a huge shout out to my panel today. I got my man Tony in the building for Falcon. Let everybody know who you are.
Yeah, well, my name is Tony. You can call me Tony, actually. I'm running a small YouTube channel called Falcon Project. I'm doing mostly mobile phones, but every kind of, tech-related stuff. And some giveaways as well, some pen tests as well. So interesting stuff, actually.
Yes, and I got the channel up here, and for everybody that want to see here, the Vulcan Project, go check them out. He got 2,100, almost 2,200 subscribers. He got a good thing going on. A lot of phones here. He just did a motor giveaway style shelves. So check it out. Check out his YouTube channel. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you got some old school stuff on there. That's what I'm talking about.
That old school, like Nokia looking phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So guys, go and subscribe to the channel. Also, he got a durability test. He got that bend test going on devices, guys. So check it out. Got my man in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. What's up with you? I see you. I see all y'all coming on in the building. Joseph.
What's going on?
What's up with you? Let everybody know who you are.
Well, my name is Joe. I run a small YouTube channel called Petty Fixes. If you're wondering where I got the name from, my last name is Petty, and I like to fix stuff. Pretty much, that's where it came from. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, so I'm kind of a country boy a little bit. Sorry for the accent. If y'all hear the accent, I'm so sorry. I'm a chill, laid-back guy. Favorite color is blue. I'm a Kentucky Wildcat fan, obviously. Check the hat. It's pretty much all there is to it about me. I'm a pretty cool guy, so I'm happy to be here.
That's what I'm talking about. And I see you got the, man, I tell you what, I like this logo you got sitting up here. See that banner? That's what you know you're up, you're getting up there right there, Check him out. He got
I made that on my phone.
Hey, that's what small phones do.
Yeah.
That's what small phones do. That's what you're buying for. You can do all that stuff on the phone. You know what? It's so funny. I should do all my thumbnails on my Note 8. All my thumbnails is created on my Note 8.
Yeah.
Check him out. He got 213 subscribers. He got all kinds of good stuff going on here, all kinds of PC stuff and top 5 V30 features because he's rocking that V30. We're going to talk about that V30 in a minute because I tell you what, I don't have the V30, but offline we were talking about that V30. But check him out. Petty Fixes right here on YouTube. Man, that's what I'm talking about. See, when you're awesome like that, that's what I'm talking about. I see I got my man Tony Pazio in the building. What's up with you? Michael in the building. Yes, I see Tony Pazio. Some people say they're already following you. I see Frank is in the building. What's up with you? I see everybody coming aboard. I want to say hello to everybody. The tech couple. Oh, yes, the tech couple is in the building. I had them on last week. This a great YouTuber, just great YouTubers. I tell you, I feel like honored to have to do these shows because to have people on here that that talk about technology, talk about themselves, and talk about where they need to go in the future. But it's all good. But let's go and get into some tech news. We had a new phone that released this week, and it was been announced. It comes out actually on the 21st of November. It's called the OnePlus 5T.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, man, here we get to this disaster. OnePlus 5T, don't get me wrong. I love the OnePlus project. I just disagree with their practices. What y'all thoughts on the OnePlus 5T?
Well, myself personally, I noticed since OnePlus has been doing their business model, I know they've been releasing the OnePluses for about 5 years or so now. And I actually owned one of the OnePluses. I had the OnePlus 3, if I'm not mistaken. And while I like the phone a lot, I noticed that they keep releasing iterations like the iPhone does, like Apple does. And it'll literally be the same exact phone in a different shell, you know? And it's kind of, for me, myself, I told myself I never own another one. That's just me, myself. Because of the simple fact that, you know, you wait another 4 or 5 months and they release another phone that looks exactly like the other one, just maybe a slight upgrade in some sort. And that's all it is, you know?
I mean, I'd be upset. I'd be upset if I had a OnePlus 5.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 months, 3 months later, they got the OnePlus 5T. What you think about it, Tony?
Well, the OnePlus 5T, it looks cool. It looks cool. But the thing with OnePlus is that me personally, I was a huge fan of the OnePlus One. It was basically the best phone. It was the real flagship killer. But ever since then, the company has been going basically down the drain in terms of what they offer for the money that you pay. And don't forget that they're basically a part of Oppo, which is a huge manufacturer in China. So basically what they decided to do, at least in my opinion, is basically they left the flagships for OnePlus and they're releasing the premium mid-ranges for Oppo, which are selling quite well. But the thing is that they got a little bit greedy ever since the OnePlus 3, because initially, basically, I've covered the OnePlus 3 and the OnePlus 5 on my channel. I was there on the London events. But the thing is that the prices went way too high. And now with the 5T, its price kind of reasonable, but don't forget that it's still kind of the same, you know, 1080p screen, which has the same resolution as the OnePlus One for like 4 years ago. So basically, I'm thinking about buying one, actually, simply because I have to, you know, improve my channel a little bit. And that's a hot phone at the moment, and people are genuinely interested in it. So probably I'm going to do a comparison between the Galaxy S8 in the OnePlus, because that's what I think is the direct competition, actually. But apart from that, if I had to buy it for myself, not really. I'm really not feeling this, you know, low resolution screen.
Right. So here's the thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, because we got a lot of OnePlus fans that might pop up here on the stream. The most thing that everybody always throw in tech reviewers' face is that, well, the OnePlus devices is cheaper than flagships like, you know, Note 7s and Note 8s and all that stuff like that. Well, I disagree, because just like the iPhone come out once a year for $1,000, the OnePlus come out at $559 2 times a year. So actuality, you're paying $1,100 for OnePlus devices because you're buying 2 a year, not one. So a lot of people was like, easy, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, but because think about it like this. If you got a OnePlus 5, of course, a lot of people that I've been seeing in streams and everything said that they go upgrade to the OnePlus 5T. Well, that means you just spent $550 on the OnePlus 5, and now you gotta pay $550 on the OnePlus 5T. So now you just shut out $1,100 in 1 year. So is the OnePlus 5 or OnePlus devices cheaper than flagships? Nah. Now you might could sell your OnePlus 5 and try to recoup what 80% of the money back. But I mean, you think about it like this. You get a OnePlus 5, it's discontinued. You can't even buy it no more. I mean, that's so you go on Swapper, you're gonna see a whole lot of people trying to sell their OnePlus devices. You know, maybe if you paid this say $550 for it, I mean, I wouldn't pay no more than $300 for a OnePlus 5. To be honest with you, if anything more than that, then I might well buy the OnePlus 3T. I mean, OnePlus 5T. What y'all thoughts about that?
I think you're right. For the most part, me myself, I actually was kind of thinking the same thing. You know, the iPhone X costs, iPhone 10, whatever you want to call it, costs $1,000 for a base model iPhone, and they only release the phone once a year. You know, I get it, I understand it, but you do have some manufacturers who do want to release multiple phones a year. For example, Samsung releases the Galaxy S8 and the Note 8 within the same year. Obviously, the Note 8 is going to be the more premium phone, but when the Galaxy S8 dropped, it was an $800 phone. You know, same with the Note. When the Note dropped, everybody was freaking out about the price, but nobody has seen the price of the Apple phone yet. You know, nobody has seen it at all. $1,000 Note 8, $1,000 iPhone X or iPhone 10. Me personally, releasing two of the pretty much same phone. I mean, it may have a different screen resolution or a different aspect ratio on the phone. Literally, that's the only thing I see that's changed about the OnePlus 5T. That would make me even consider it. But I don't think it's a worthy business model personally to get more people to buy your devices. If you want more people to buy your devices, release this one high-powered flagship. It did have a separate type of flagship, like what Samsung does. You have the Galaxy S line, you have the Galaxy Note line. Something that entice a specific type of buyer. You're gonna have a fan base for that particular kind of thing. You know, I don't think OnePlus is actually doing it the right way, personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at it like this, think about it like this. Like the OnePlus 5T come out in November. Mark your calendar. The next 4 months, you're gonna get the OnePlus 6.
Exactly.
So I mean, does it even make sense to buy a OnePlus 5?
Exactly. The T anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does it even make sense? Because I mean, we got the OnePlus 5, the OnePlus 6 gonna come out with the 845, 8 gigs of RAM, the same body style, you know, yada yada yada. So at this point, going into the Christmas holidays, knowing that in January CES, so we got everything reset. The next 30 days, everything reset. So we get 845 processors. You got the LG G7 coming out. You got HTC phones coming out. You got Motorola phones coming out. Sony used to make a grave impact at CES. So you got all new phones coming out in a month. So is it really practical? Even, I mean, for us YouTubers, we got to review them. So obviously we got to buy them and review them.
Right.
But for the average consumer, first of all, the average consumer ain't buying the OnePlus.
No.
That's just being real about that. And it's hard for us tech reviewers, like for me, man, a majority of my fans are in the United States. One of the biggest questions that I get is easy. Where can I go at AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and Sprint and touch this phone so I can play around with it? The answer to that question is none.
None.
Well, why review them then?
Yep.
So, I mean, what you think about it, Tony?
Well, you're kind of right. I mean, over here in the UK, I'm from London, by the way, I forgot to say. Over here in the UK, most of the people are already buying online, so that's not a huge deal over here. That's okay. But the thing is that the London pop-up events are usually basically overcrowded, and actually quite a lot of people buy because they're still kind of hanging on the idea of getting a flagship half price. But my problem with the pricing especially is that the new 5T is going to be at £400 for the 64 gigs version and 450 for the, or actually 500, yeah, 500 for the 128 gigs and 450 for the 64 gigs. Well, basically you can get the Galaxy S8 for 460. So basically, it's even more expensive than the Galaxy S8, which is crazy. And that's the main reason that I want to get it, just to compare and tell people that, you know, don't be fooled by OnePlus. It's a good phone, yes, but compared to the S8, I mean, there is no comparison over here, in my opinion, at least.
That is. And so let me get into some of the comments. Boy, the comments is being flooded right now. I see it. All right, so we have shouts out to Tech for Your Needs in the building. Michael said that the screen resolution is a joke in 2017. Oh my God, I agree. I mean, think about this. In 2013, we started seeing Quad HD displays on phones, right? Didn't Samsung or somebody else came up with Quad HD?
LG.
Was it the Galaxy S4 or something?
It was the LG G3. I had it. I remember it got released on my birthday.
Right, LG G3 had a Quad HD display in what, 2013. We are in freaking 2017, folks. And I'm gonna tell you, it's no excuse. The Exxon 7 by CTE put a Quad HD display in a $400 phone, and it was good.
Yep.
So, Michael, I agree with you. I'm tired of this crap about it is acceptable. Man, listen, I got $200 phones that got 1080p displays that's good. Now, once you get into $400 and $500 phones, it's a load of crap that say, oh, they can't put a Quad HD display in that thing. And a lot of people, hey, listen, everybody got value their opinion. Me personally, if I'm going to pay $600 for a phone, that the display is the most important thing. And don't get me wrong, the display on the OnePlus devices is good, but I don't care. It's still 1080p.
That's true. Especially, you know, on the S8, let's say, or the Note 8 or whatever, you can actually turn down the resolution to 1080p if you like. But the thing is that you better have it and not use it than, you know, want to have it and basically not have it. That's the thing. And I mean, as you said, the display is okay, but it's kind of okay for a mid-range phone. It's definitely not okay for a flagship phone, which was supposed to, you know, compare with the all the top dogs in the game.
Right, and I'll answer the question that Michael put in there just now. Yes, in 2016, when I did my top 5 phones of 2016, I gave the OnePlus 3T and the OnePlus 3 phone of the year, because in 2016. I felt that OnePlus was, it was no way nothing go beat OnePlus in 2017. They were so good. The OnePlus 3T and the OnePlus 3 was so good in 2016. I gave it the phone of the year. In 2017, it's not even in my top 5. It's not even in my top 5 of 2017. I'm sorry, but I do agree with you, Michael. I absolutely love OnePlus. Listen, my OnePlus 3, my OnePlus 3T sitting in a box. I don't use them anymore, right? And I could pull them out. They're still gonna be fast phones. They're still gonna do the job. But I think we need to move forward. And in 2017, you start to see a lot of OEMs taking risks. I mean, look at the 18:9 aspect ratio. Look at what Samsung is doing. Look at what Huawei is doing with the Mate 10. Oh my God! Listen to me. Look at the Mate 10. And you got to be kidding me. Look at the Mate 10. That is a jewel of a phone, right? So if I had a choice to spend $700, $800 on the Mate 10 versus a OnePlus 5T, where you think my money gonna go at? I love the beauty. Put a case on the phone. I don't put cases. I got clear cases on all my phones. I do not hide that beauty. I don't put nothing on that booty to hide the beauty. There it is. All right, enough about me. Let's see, Scrumptious in the building. If the Note 7 survived, hold on, she got a good question. If the Note 7 survived, would the OnePlus 3T have gotten phone of the year? No. No. Note 7 would have got phone of the year, hands down. You can't put the Note 7 in it because Note 7 was in Flameville. Let's see. I can't pronounce your name. Shuka. I won't mess it up. I'm going to call you S. Couldn't Apple put an OLED in the iPhone 8? Yeah, they could have. But it's Apple. See that logo right there? They do what they want. I don't know why, but they do what they want. Let's see. Let's Tyler. Tyler say, why not just wait for the LG G7 to drop in the price of you? What? That's right. That's what I'm saying. All right. So we about to hit 2018, right? The LG G7 go be what, in February, right?
Yeah. Somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about this also, that the Galaxy S9 is supposed to hit in February. I mean, you got all kinds of phones that's going to hit in 2 months. I mean, with you know, so hey, it is. I don't know. Let's see. Somebody else put these questions in. Zigma is in the building. Shouts out to you. Let's see. Samsung is okay. It's an okay brand. I would never trust OnePlus. Yeah. We get it. And look, don't get me wrong. They got a OnePlus community is like an Apple community. You think the Samsung Knights are bad. You think the Apple community is bad, but the OnePlus community, oh my goodness, they come out like savages. Yeah. So all in all, I think the OnePlus 5T is going to be it's an okay offering. I mean, $499. If you didn't buy the OnePlus 5, congratulations to you. Buy the OnePlus 5T. You know what I'm saying? All just wait for the OnePlus 6. All just wait for what's going to happen at CES with Sony and LG and Samsung. And I mean, trust me, the first week of January, everything reset. I mean, it is what it is. That's why I don't like buying phones at the end of the year. It's like it's a waste. If you don't buy your phone by September, then wait till 2017, 18, right? That's what I think about it.
Yeah,
you know?
True. You're right.
But I mean, everybody want Christmas stuffers. So I mean, for Christmas, everybody looking to buy a phone for Christmas, right? You know, buy iPhone SE. That's like 150. iPhone SE. Great stocking stuffer. All right, so we gotta talk about this this Pixel, man. You know, this YouTube channel, I keep it real, man. I keep it real. I don't fluff no passes, man. I really don't, you know, I don't like to turn a deaf eye on some stuff that's going on. But what's going on with the Pixel, man? I mean, you think that LG didn't sabotage Google with these screens?
No comment, man. I tell you what, as somebody who's owned LG phones exclusively for like the past 4 years, I started off with the G2. The LG G2 was my first LG phone I ever owned. I have not bought a Samsung phone since. Like, that's just me personally. They have some stuff that they needed to change. But as somebody who's been from a G2, a G3, a G4, a G5, and a V10, a V20, and a V30, I've owned all these phones. I know that LG makes the Pixel 2. I had a problem with that because I had extreme screen burn in on my LG G5. Like, it was bad, really bad. I mean, I could be scrolling through Facebook, you know, and when I click off of Facebook to my home screen, I have the Facebook emblem in the top right-hand corner of my screen, and it'll be there for hours, you know, and it won't leave until I turn the phone off and turn it back on. But with that said, I don't know what happened, man. LG, I don't know if they dropped the ball. I mean, it is an AMOLED display from what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
And burn-in on the AMOLED display is not repairable. Once it's burned in, it's burned in, you know. I have an LG V30. The phones are almost exactly identical, and they use the exact same type of display. So now I'm worried, you know. Yeah. But I haven't experienced that yet on my personal phone. But I do have friends who have the Pixel 2, and I will tell you, they are irate. Like, they've given it up. They've taken it back to the store, or they sent it back to Google, and they got their money back, you know. It's just a quality control issue, but I don't think they sabotage Google, but come on, you know, you rush the phone out knowing that it may have had some issues, and that's my thing on it.
Tony, what you think? Yeah, you rolling around with a Pixel 2 out there in the UK?
Well, the Pixel, the whole project is a little bit ridiculous, to be honest with you. I mean, that's basically based on the Google's greed to make money. They basically scrapped the Nexus project, and they thought that all of their loyal subscribers, well, buyers, fans, and everything, they're gonna just move to the Pixel, and that's it. The thing with the Nexus was basically the price. You're getting a flagship phone, half the price. And now with the Pixel, you're getting a mid-range phone, double the price. And I mean, I went in store the very first day they released both Pixels. And let me tell you that the small Pixel, which is made by HTC, looks nice, but the price is way too high. It's like £600. That's just crazy for this.
Oh my God!
And basically, apart from the camera, it's kind of a mid-range phone. I mean, 1080p screen, okay, dual stereo speakers, but it feels a little bit, you know, outdated in terms of design and everything else. And the big one, which is supposed to be the highlight, I've checked the Panda. Everybody loves the Panda now, right? And basically they say it's made of metal, but they did a similar thing like on the LG G5. They sprayed the metal with plastic on top of it. Yeah. So basically,
yeah, I experienced that one. Yeah, I broke my phone, my G5. I broke my G5, and the metal is so thin, it's like it shouldn't even be made of metal at all. You know, it should be an all plastic phone. But I know what you talk about.
I mean, I would understand the other way around. I mean, make a plastic phone and spray metal on top of it so you can feel metal. That's going to be okay. But you know, metal and put plastic. And the thing is that the texture of the Panda is different than the one which is the black matte. The Panda, basically, the white plastic is kind of glossy, and you have a extremely cheap feel in the hand when you touch this phone. And the first thing that I noticed was when I look at the screen, I was like, nah, nah, that screen. Especially the pricing, man. Over here, the bigger Pixel is 850 pounds or something like that.
Holy shit!
That's crazy.
There was a program for the Note 8. Basically, if you want a Note 8, and if you have an old phone, a friend of mine actually sent them iPhone 4, an iPhone 4, and they've made in 140 pounds discount on the Note 8. So basically, he got it for 720. So Note 8 720 and Pixel 2 XL 850. Nah, that's a very tough choice.
Well, I mean, maybe Google didn't get the memo because they're selling a Chromebook for $1,000.
When I first saw that Pixel Chromebook, it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart to hear such a mediocre product been sold for so much. I can't understand the point of a Chromebook personally, but that's just me. It's just me. I don't use it in schools, but that's just me.
I mean, you really think that schools are going to invest $1,000 on those Chromebooks? They're putting the i7 processor in the Chromebook.
Why?
I mean, like, you know, why? Like, I mean, they put. I mean, most people put Celeron processors in them, 2 gigs of RAM. You know, that's all they need.
That's all they need. That's all they need. They don't need anything else. They run like almost a phone operating system on them, man. And you slapping a gaming machine innards inside of a Chromebook.
Hey, and they put 8 gigs of RAM in that thing. They put 8 gigs of RAM, an i7 processor on a Chromebook. Oh my goodness.
That's better than the computer I built.
Level.
How much is the Chromebook running in the UK?
I've got no idea, but I've noticed that the prices over here in the UK were a little bit screwed, because if something costs $1,000, here in the UK it costs £1,000, which is not the same if you do the conversion, because I know you guys have, you know, tax on every product you gotta buy. You have tax depending on the different state that you live in. Yeah, but over here we pay VAT, which is 20%. So basically, I mean, it's just, I think it's about £1,000 over here, which is ridiculous. I mean, you can almost buy an iMac for $1,000, which I'm not saying that is perfect, but at least, you know, you've got a big monitor and everything else. At least you can do your rendering on it. Well, on the Chromebook, you can do browsing, Facebook, and what else?
That's all. Literally, that's all it's good for.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And I say this, I always like to play devil's advocate. If you had $1,000 for Christmas and you wanted to buy your son or your daughter something for college, they need something for college. I'm gonna tell y'all what I say, but I'm gonna let y'all answer this question. That for Christmas, I mean, the son and daughter about to go off to college and they got $1,000. What PC would you buy? Would you buy them a Chromebook for $1,000? I mean, MacBook, Microsoft PC. What would you buy a student?
Me personally, I would build them a computer. I would build them a computer for $1,000. I just built a guy recently. I own a business, actually. I build PCs on the side. I just built a guy a gaming computer for $700. Okay, now this thing outperforms anything you find in a store. Anything that you're going to find in a store. For $1,000, who knows what I could build, you know? So I would personally build him a computer, or I would just buy him a MacBook. I'm not an Apple guy at all, personally, but I would buy him a MacBook because they're known to be reliable machines. That's it.
Tony, what would you buy?
I would buy them a iPad, to be honest with you, and waste the rest for myself.
Well, look, check this out, right? I got a different perspective. When I think about it like this, if my son, when I got a daughter, if she goes off to college and she already got a Galaxy S8, all I'm gonna spend is $100 because all I'm gonna do is buy a DeX. That's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna spend $100 to buy a DeX. See, if she got a Galaxy S8 or Galaxy Note 8, all I'm buying is a DeX and a $40 keyboard and a $10 mouse. That's it. I'm done.
All she needs.
That's your Chromebook right there. And I got videos on my YouTube channel that I've connected printers. I got monitors all hooked up to my phone. I mean, wireless monitors, wireless printers, wireless, everything connected to DeX. And I got a full-fledged PC. And I got video to prove it. Actually, now I can run Windows 10 because I run a VPN cloud, right? I can run Windows 10 on DeX now. So, hey, I mean, $99, there it is. Now you can run EXE programs in a standalone cloud, Windows 10 on VPN, good to go.
That's crazy. Didn't think about that one.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about DeX when we're still at that topic. Today I've tried the Continuum dongle for this one here, the HP.
Oh, the HP. Oh, it's broken up there. What's wrong with it?
I broke it today. I broke it today when I was filming my video. I dropped it and I broke it. Yeah. That was a little bit unpleasant. And don't forget that this phone has military grade protection, so it wasn't supposed to break. But I've just accidentally pushed it, from my desktop, and it fell on top of a dumbbell for training, and the screen smashed. But anyway, I put the Continuum, and basically I don't really understand the idea of plugging your Windows phone to this desktop setup, so you can have a Windows 10 desktop experience on your Windows 10 desktop computer. I mean, that's why would we want to do that? I mean, that's feel crazy to me. So I didn't quite get it. So I guess that's not for me, to be honest with you.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I made videos about Continuum because I made a lot of videos about Windows phones. I'll tell you this short story. Right before Microsoft gave up on the project, I had a friend of mine tell me all about Windows phones. So I went out and bought them all the Windows phones, making video after video after video. Then I got Continuum, and I was making it. And I actually like Continuum. It kind of reminds me of DeX. You plug it up to a monitor and you're good to go. Well, after Microsoft decided to kill a project, right? When DeX come along, I mean, DeX to me is a game changer. A lot of people talk a lot of stuff about Samsung lag and all this stuff like that. But when you got the S Pen, you got DeX, you got the Note 8, you got business, you got Play, and you have a PC. Wow. I mean, you have three components all in one when it comes down to the Note 8. I mean, when I pull out my Note 8, I can get work done. I pull out the S Pen and I can jot down all my notes. I can plug this in Continuum and I can do all my payroll. That's, to me, is powerful. And listen, I got DeX in at my location, and I got DeX here at my studios. And all I do is I go from location to location and plug it into DeX, and I got a full-fledged PC going on. That, to me, is a game changer. Listen, a lot of people say, well, the Samsung devices are laggy. Listen, I don't care. It got functionality. I don't care. Well, people say, my phone is faster than your phone. Yep, it sure is. But when I can swipe to the side, and I can swipe to the side, and I have, look, when I got my phone looking like this, and I swipe to the side, and I got that edge panel, oh, that's powerful to me. So that's why I like the Notes. That's why I like the Notes. Shouts out to everybody that just joined the stream. Let's see, Michael, I see everybody join the stream. What's up with your tutorial elastic? I always screw these people's names up. I don't know why I always do that. Sorry about that. I'll screw your name up. But yes, Michael said yes. Like my V20, military grade, it broke in 1 week. Let me tell you something. Gorilla Glass 4 and Gorilla Glass 5. Well, I'm not liking Gorilla Glass 5. I've noticed that people putting Gorilla Glass 3 on phones because they're not trusting Gorilla Glass 5. I don't know what's going on with them folks down there. Talk about this thing supposed to be strong. Now, I got this phone supposed to be a shatter shield technology. All right, so this, it got little scratches on it for some shatter shield, but I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, Gorilla Glass 5 is suspect.
A little bit.
All right, so let's talk about this. We at the end of the year. We all techies up here. I want to pose a question in the comments. We all techies up here, right? And the first thing people do when they come to us techies, they say, what type of tablet should I buy Susie and Boo Boo for Christmas? And my number, I always tell them one tablet, iPads. When you buying the millennials and kiddies something, don't waste your time on them tabs and all that stuff because they all know about the iPad. And right now, the iPad is so cheap. I mean, the iPad mini is like $200. I mean, I never thought that we'd see the day that we got iPads that's under $300. So, I said, people, why buy a tab, Galaxy Tab A6 or whatever that thing is? Just buy my iPad. They want an iPad. So, what do y'all usually get around Christmas time when everybody come ask y'all about the tech items you want?
Well, me personally, people come to me and ask me, like, what do I use? Joe, what do you use? What kind of technology are you going to use this Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? And I don't even tell them a tablet. I don't use a tablet in my daily life. I don't have a useful one personally. I'm always on my computer, but I definitely agree with you because like I said, I used to work at Best Buy. So I got all the latest stuff in. I got all the iPads, all the Galaxy Tabs, all the cheap stuff, even the HP tablets, the computers that split from the keyboard, And people ask me, what's up with this one? What's up with that one? I would always direct them to iPad mini. Always. I wouldn't get them the big one, the big iPad, iPad Air. It was always an iPad mini. And, back then you had like $350,
Right.
But you're not going to get a better tablet for that price, and that price range just wasn't. The closest thing to it was one of the Samsung, the Tab S's,
right.
And that was extremely overpriced to me. So, yeah, iPad mini for sure, definitely.
Yep. Tony, what they usually ask you for out there in UK for Christmas?
Well, of course, everybody's into Apple over here, and pretty much you can't really see that many tablets if you go in store apart from the iPads. But to be honest with you, I've been using the iPad Pro 9.7 inch since the release, basically, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I'm not using an iPhone because it's way too limited for my everyday needs. But I've got a different application for a tablet, basically, and I use it for different things. And for what I need it to do, it does actually pretty well as a tablet. So basically, if somebody wants to get something for Christmas, I'll direct them to the new iPad Pro, the one with a 120 hertz screen, because, oh man, it makes a difference.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Actually, I'm a bit surprised that Apple didn't put this technology into the iPhone X. At the iPhone 10, and I guess they're holding up for next year, which is a little bit. I mean, coming back with the OnePlus scenario where you just bought the 5 and now you're screwed with the 5T. So basically, now you buy the iPhone X, and in a couple of months' time, you're gonna be screwed with the OnePlus X Plus, something like that.
So somebody put it in the comments. And I agree on phones. I'm all about my Note. That's what I'm talking about. When somebody asks me about tablets, I always say iPad. Everything else doesn't match up. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're talking about using the kids, man, they look. And now in 2017, things have changed. Kids want iPhones. They want iPads. Or they want a car. Or they want a house. It's no Barbie dolls and no
Pokemon cards.
No Pokemon cards. Yeah, no cards and no baseball cards and all that stuff. They want a phone. They just don't want any phone. They want the iPhone 8 or they want the iPhone X. Think about that. These kids now, they want iPhone X's. They don't want the iPhone this. They don't want no Galaxy Tab. They want the iPad. So things have changed. The kiddies have changed. It's no longer you could go to what Toys R Us out here in United States. I mean, think about it. Toys R Us. You walk down, they got board games and all kinds of little toys here and there. And you bring your child in there, they don't want none of that. They don't. I mean, they play all their games on their phone. And you got them a tablet, they play all their games on their tablet. You talk about occupying. You can occupy. I go by like family and friends' house, right, for the holidays. And you see all the kids quiet, sitting in the corner with their iPads. I mean, quiet. When do that ever happen? Christmas time, right? They all got iPads, they all got phones, and they all sitting in the corner playing on their iPads, downloading apps. It's definitely amazing. Things have changed. Things have changed. Let's see. iPad. I use my iPad Pro 90% more than my Galaxy Tab S3. Scrumptious say that in the comments. Also, let's see. Frank say I agree. I'm an Android head, but tablets is iPads. Note 8 and S, Samsung Gear S, and Sigma said, yeah, my kids have iPad minis too, but they would not be getting iPhones too young. And that's why I always recommend iPhone SEs, because they're cheap and you ain't got to worry about, give them out of box. Listen, I've been seeing this. Like, you buy the kids an iPhone, you got to get them that big old out of box. You ain't got to worry about the cracking and all that stuff like that. Let's see. Michael said that the iPhone for kids basically leak pads. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I remember way back in the day, they used to have those big old things. They don't have those anymore. I don't even know if they sell them things anymore.
The leap pads, yeah.
Yeah, the leap pad. I
remember those.
I know that's crazy that they all went away. Yeah, yes. My girlfriend, her nephew and nieces gets a crap tablet from their grandparents. Yeah, they go to like Walmart. They go grab a little quick the little tablet that's hanging on the peg. And yeah, a lot of grandparents like to do that. You ain't lying. You ain't the only one. A lot of grandparents do that. And the first thing I want to do is they want to come over and use my iPad. They could tell a difference. Kids could tell a difference between the iPad and another tablet. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Marco in the building. Let's see. Tyler said, I'm a lifetime Android fan. Note everything I own, but the iPhone X changed me to an iPhone fan. I love it. I hated iPhones until the iPhone X. Let's talk about the iPhone X. Right? I just got the video about the iPhone X this morning. So if you didn't check out the iPhone X video, I did an Animoji video with the iPhone X. What y'all thoughts about the iPhone X?
Me myself personally, I was like, because I've been hearing the rumors. I'm actually in the know with a lot of people, and I actually have a friend who tests these devices. So he's not supposed to show me these things, and I'm telling y'all this live on air. But I've seen the iPhone X. I saw it months ago, long time ago. And when I first saw it, he wouldn't let me turn it on. Sensitive material, whatever. But when I saw it and I held it in my hand, I was impressed. I've never actually been impressed by an Apple device, ever. Never. I'm an Android purist. I've always have been. But when I actually played with the iPhone X, it was nice. It was really nice. And then I was hearing all the software features that it has, because he sat right here and talked to me. And he was telling me that everything's gesture based. You can touch it and it does this. And you can, the camera has certain modes on it, and the front camera is going to be like a game changer. And the way you unlock the phone is a game changer, and all these crazy things, And I'm like, well, my Android phone's been having face unlock for years, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. You can unlock your face, but I can also hold a picture of myself up to my phone and unlock it too. You can't do that with the iPhone X. There's no way to fool the camera almost, But then, the iPhone X has a ton of features that I personally like. But look at that. It's beautiful. You know, beautiful phone, beautiful device, and it's a game changer for real in the like it's a game changer for real.
I'm gonna tell you something. This me personally. I got all the iPhones. I buy all the iPhones every year. I really do, and I don't usually make videos on iPhones. I just buy them. I might draw a little quick unboxing video, but I do have all the iPhones from the beginning to the end. All right, on this YouTube channel, y'all probably seen my table. I showed all the iPhones, but this phone is different. Now I made a little quick video about the things I like and the things I don't like, but holding this phone, something going on here. A lot of people all put in the comments, Apple suck and this, that, and the other. But man, you put your hands on this phone. It's a different. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not even close to the Note 8. All right, just make sure we understand that. Will this take me away from my Note 8? No. But that's the joy of having both of them. So I can carry the Note 8 and I can carry this. But I can tell you, and I actually been playing, I made a video about this, about the JBL. Shouts out to JBL for sending me all this stuff, right? So I just dropping videos left and right about JBL, and I'm gonna tell you, this is a beautiful. I don't like the cameras. I don't like that the cameras the way they. I like the cameras, but I don't like the way it's on the phone. All right, so but it's a premium hardware. And it's pretty fast. iOS 11, we getting all these updates. And I got a black theme going on so you don't see the notch. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, let's see. I don't know. What's your thoughts about it, Tony?
Well, the iPhone X, I play around with it only in store, to be honest with you. And I wasn't really blown away. I mean, I like the screen. It's okay. It's not. I don't think it's as good as the Note 8 or even the S8, but it's kind of good enough. The speakers, of course, are amazing, and there's a funny thing that everybody was, blaming Apple that they don't have stereo speakers, but they put stereo speakers on the iPhone 7. Now, in the iPhone X, the speakers are still one of the best and the loudest ones. So kudos to Apple for that. But the thing is that the whole factor is supposed to come from the notch and the screen itself. I personally don't mind it, to be honest with you, as long as it's properly implemented in the software itself. We're seeing more and more developers updating their apps to embrace the notch one way or another. But the problem that I have with the iPhone X is purely the price, because over here it starts from £1,000. And as I told you a little bit earlier, you can buy the Galaxy S8 for under £500. So basically, the price is double. And I really don't think that the value for money that you're getting is kind of better than the S8. I mean, of course, the camera could be a little bit better, maybe not the selfie cam, the main cam. The sound is definitely better. But the screen, I don't really think is better, and I really don't think it's faster, because I got the latest update on the iPad, and it's crap. I mean, it went too much. So basically, I don't see, I can't really justify spending double the money at the moment, and that's my main reason that I kind of don't like it, in a way that it's way too overpriced what it is.
Right, and I one of the things that I looked at, like, and shout out to my buddy. He just sent me a text of his internet. He might be on here watching. He just sent me a text message of his speed of his internet. I see it. I see it. So one of the things that I'm looking at, like, as an iPhone, I'm an Android person, right? And the iPhone, to me, is the same thing, right? iOS and iOS and iOS. But it's something a little different to me, in my opinion, about this phone. Now, don't get me wrong. The notification is terrible on here. I don't like the notifications. And but what I'm noticing is that all the crap that Apple's getting about iOS 11, boy, the updates are coming. I mean, really, we on like iOS, what, 11.1.2 or something? I mean, so the updates are coming, and I like that. That impressed me, that a phone that only been out for 2 weeks, we just seen 2 updates. And so, damn, you can't get that from Android, right? So, one of the questions that I want to address, Michael said in the comments that Apple is going to go out of business. Now, last time I looked, I think the first week of pre-orders was like 13 million iPhones in 1 week. Now, at $999, at 13 million, ain't that $13 billion for Apple? At a 66% markup, over 60% markup on the phone. So I don't think they're going out of business. I think the iPhone 10 is a success. Look at this. Do your homework. The iPhone 10 for Apple right now is probably the hugest success. They're gonna sell more phones than the Pixel, LG, HTC combined.
Yep, I agree. I agree. That's no argument. I agree.
At a 60+% markup, you don't think they're going out? You think they're going out of business?
I don't know where, but I don't understand why he said that. They're not going out of business
right now. They're drinking martinis right now. Tim Cook, like, yeah, all the way to the bank. They're sitting up there like, yeah, they're drinking martinis right now. If you don't think Apple employees sitting back and drinking martinis right now, saying that, boy, iPhone 10, boy, we got a winner for the next 12 months. Mm-hmm. We're going to sell 100 million phones. Think about that, right? You're going to sell 100 million phones, man. Everybody that criticized Apple, everybody that said the notch, everybody that said Apple going out of business, Apple sitting back drinking martinis and saying to themselves, they're going to sell 100 million.
Yeah, you're right, man.
That's true. Yeah, everybody wants an iPhone, man.
Period. That's what it boils down to. iPhone. Apple branded that thing perfectly. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody wants one.
Oh man, look, it's so funny. I be laughing. I know. Look, let's make this. I want to get this out there. Let's make sure we understand it for a lot of people that complain about the price. When Apple talked about the price was $1,000, everybody went ape shit about it. But if you go back in history, let's talk about Apple for a second. Apple has always been high.
Always.
Apple has always been high. Let's go back to the Macintosh. I talked about this on my stream back in, I think, 1983 or 1984. The Macintosh was over $1,000 in 84. All right. We talk about 84 or 85 in the mid 80s when the Macintosh came out. It was over the $1,000 price point. All right. So Macs in Apple has always been high. This is nothing new to Apple. Apple's always been high. But listen, I'm going to tell you this much. If I got a problem with my MacBook, all right, if I got a problem with this, I can go to Apple Store and they're going to take care of me. All right. When I got a problem with this baby, I go to the Apple Store, they're going to take care of me. And I don't do videos on Apple product, but I'm going to tell you that I am impressed at the customer service. The customer service is the one what you're paying for.
Can't do it with an Android phone or any Android device at all. That's my only thing about Android that I don't like. Can't take my phone to a store and be like, hey, I have a software issue, or hey, my phone's bricked. Would you mind checking it out for me? I can't do it. Just can't do it. I got to send it off for a week and a half, 2 weeks. They may or may not send me a working phone back, you know. But Apple, you walk into the store, they're going to take care of you right there.
Right. And don't get me wrong. I think Apple, just like all the rest of these companies, is wrong for doing what they're doing in different countries. This is what kind of upsets me. This is how, when I talk to a lot of people about how we live in the United States, how we spurl. In the United States, we spurl. Let's call it how it is. We got contracts in the United States. You could walk in the store with $200 and get an iPhone. You can't do that in different countries. Now, I've had people on this show from Canada to UK, different countries, and they can't even come close to doing that type of stuff, right? not only that, but the prices is extremely higher in different countries compared to the United States. Us in the United States, we take a lot of things for granted because we could just walk into an Apple store and get something done, or we could just walk into AT&T store and get a device on device contract. You can't do that in other countries. You can't do that. You can't get that $999 price in the UK. You can't get that $999 price in Canada. I mean, I've heard Canada prices was mid 1500s. Okay, so what I'm saying is, I know a lot of us that live in the United States, we talk about prices and prices and prices. Boy, we got it so easy in the United States. Oh my God. I mean, I have so many people on this YouTube channel that tell me, run it down to me, how it's such a big difference in different parts of the world, right? And it makes me open my eyes and make me, make me understand that I don't take life for granted. I don't take nothing for granted because I know how it is in other countries. In the UK, I mean, y'all, think about it. We listen, iPhones up there have got to be expensive. $1,500 for the base model, right? And almost $2,000 for the 256 gig model. That's that's crazy.
That's outlandish.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, I look at it like, when I make YouTube videos and I sit up there and I'll be watching stuff on TV and I see how people in the United States complain about this and complain about that. And I say to myself, you have no idea. You just have no idea. A lot of people just don't cherish what they have. A lot of people don't look into what they have compared to other countries. Yes, we live in the United States. I understand that we live in the United States, but at the end of the day, man, they got some people that wish they could get the iPhone for $1,000, and we complain about it.
Or just get the iPhone, period. Because they
don't just get the iPhone, period. Right. I mean, some devices don't even come to the UK, right? I mean, like y'all guys don't get some Galaxy phones, and y'all don't get some of this, y'all don't get some of that. It's weird.
Moment is that I don't get the essential phone. I mean, wow. With you guys, you buy it for $450 at the moment, which is a very good price for a phone. But over here, I can't really buy it at any price. It's not available in Europe at all. So I really want to get my hands on it, but I can't even buy it.
Yes, shouts out
that was the same with the LG V10, with the LG V20. We got no release, and as well as the Note 5, we had no European release of the Galaxy Note 5.
Wow.
Why? yeah, I imported my one from Korea. Can you imagine? Korea, yeah. But I mean, I've paid quite a lot for it, but it's just, why do I have to import phones which are available at the other part of the world? I mean, I know it's all about the sales, and basically the sales, it's all about the sales. But the thing is that Europe, and especially the UK, is important. I mean, even if it's a little bit more expensive, they still sell at least a little bit over here to get some sort of recognition. But they didn't, so boom, unfortunately.
And one of the things that I read people comments, and let's see, Michael say 1,500. You're correct, in Canada. So Michael, I believe Michael's in Canada, and then we'll shout out to Big Mosley in the building. Say, hey, easy, just checking in. I want to say what's up. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Yes, sir. I'm enjoying the weekend. Thank you very much for coming through. And let's see, Cafe say you got to pay it off with the warranty. All right, so some people in the comments talking about warranties and stuff. Yeah, you got to get a warranty. This warranties, you got to get a warranty. Especially about the iPhone 10. I'm going to tell you, iPhone 10, you better get a case. Because if you break it, oh my goodness, it would cost you a brand new phone to fix it. So it's terrible.
$500 for the back cover, something like that.
Oh man.
because Apple put all the components in the back on the back cover. So what happened is I watched iFixit a teardown, and in order to change out the back cover, everything got to come out the phone. And that's weird.
Yeah, but they did it on purpose, man. That's really bad. Let me show you something quickly. I'll be right back.
All right. And one of the things that listen, you got a premium phone. And look, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting up here tonight praising Apple. All right, I'm just make sure we understand that Apple got some flaws. I mean, think about the charging brick. Oh my God, the charging brick on the iPhone that comes in the package is terrible, dog meat. I mean, it take 4 hours to charge the phone, man. 4 hours. Come on, man. It takes 4 hours to charge the phone. I can't deal with that. And they say, well, you got to have an iPad charger. Well, what if I don't have an iPad charger?
That's dangerous anyways. It'll cause your phone to explode. Why would you do that, you know?
And then the wireless charger is just as slow. I mean, Apple, the slow charger is terrible. I mean, I could left that charge my Galaxy Note 8 in 30, 45 minutes. It's going to take me 3.5 hours to charge the iPhone. Every time I see my iPhone go past 50%, I charge it up. I can't go below 50%.
Can I just tune in for a sec? While we were talking about the back covers, there's the S7 Edge. I'm replacing the back cover glass for a friend of mine. Woo-hoo! And I got basically grade A back cover for £8 out of eBay for it, original one. And apparently when I tried to replace it, it turned out that the battery is a little bit swollen over here. So basically, brand new battery, £7 for the Galaxy S7 Edge. So basically, for £15, of course, without the labor, he's gonna get a brand new phone. And the 7S, the S7 Edge is still a pretty decent phone, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, the thing about it is like the repair. Man, I tell you, I like the back of that phone. Look, he need to put a clear cover on the back of that. I like that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
but he's not going to be very happy if I do that.
I think at the end of the day, it is cheaper to. But look at the value of Android phones. Let me give you an example. Right, this phone right here. I always bring this up. Everybody in the stream about to say, "Oh Lord, he about to start going off." Yes, this phone right here. I bought this phone when it first came out. I got a little junk on it. LG G6, right? It was upper tiers of $800. I paid $800 for this phone. $800. $800 for LG G6, right? Right now, you could buy this phone for about $300.
Yep.
In less than 1 year. Yeah. The value of Android phones are terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the LG G6. I think it's a very good phone besides the front-facing camera. But the rear cameras and the sound quality on this thing is unmatched. I like that. Like you got the V30. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But what I say that to say that the value of Android phones is terrible. Think about this for a second. When they announced the OnePlus 5T, what happens to the OnePlus 5 value on that same day? It just drops.
Immediately drops.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you probably could have sold the OnePlus 5 the day before the keynote address for a good premium price. But after the keynote address, done. Can't sell it. Might as well keep it. Why sell it for $300? I mean, it just might as well keep it, especially if you pay $550 for it. Let's talk about the V30. You got the V30. Let me know your experience about the V30. You say it's good things since sliced bread. What's going on with the V30?
Okay, so I had a V10. That was my first experience with the V series of phones. I skipped out on the V20 for specific reasons. It just wasn't that much of an upgrade to me to warrant upgrading to it. But I was going to get the G6 because it's funny you mentioned that. You know, you brought up the G6. I was going to get the G6 because at the time of me wanting to purchase it, it was only like $320 outright, period. And I was like, ooh, that's a really attractive price. And like you said, Android phones do fall in value pretty quick. So, you know, I'm a Sprint customer here in the United States, and Sprint was the only carrier that had the LG V30 Plus. This isn't a normal V30, it's the V30 Plus. And I tell you, I got it home.
Nice.
I didn't even unbox it in the store. I told them don't even open it in the store. You know, I wanted to take it home and do an unboxing and everything like that. So I have a video on my channel, you know, where I unbox the V30, and I'm impressed with the phone. Now, I've been having the phone for close to a month now, and with me having the phone and my personal experience with the phone, I haven't experienced any burn-in or anything like that with the phone, because I know there's been quality control issues with LG and the Pixel phones currently. Haven't experienced none of that. The cameras are awesome, amazing. They're leagues ahead of my G5. You know,
Let me stop you 1 second. You got the black one? That's black?
This black phone, yes.
Oh my goodness! I never saw the black one.
It's nice, man. I've never actually owned a black phone. So when I saw this in the store, I saw it in the store and I was like, whoa, it's a black phone.
You're the only one that got the black phone. I'm telling you, everywhere I see everybody got V30, they got the silver one.
The silver one, yeah. Mine's is black. But see, the cool thing is, he was talking about replacing his friend's S7 Edge back cover. These back covers, and this is a Gorilla Glass 5 on the back of this thing. It's like $20. That's all, you know, but you're going to compromise. That's all. They're really cheap. And LG phones themselves in particular, they actually devalue faster than almost any other Android phone out there. It's pretty crazy. I don't know why it does it, but my experience pretty much with the V30 is it's a nice looking device. It's a really handsome device. It's lighter than you would think. It's lighter than the G6. I held both of them in hand. It's a little bit lighter than the G6. It's a bigger screen. It's a bigger phone overall. It's a bigger battery. And it's a more powerful, more capable phone. And my only gripe, and I'm gonna be all the way honest with you, like my only gripe is, man, the front camera is trash. I mean, it is
G6
abysmal.
Trash. Yeah, the G6 camera is trash. Yeah,
I was disappointed in the front camera, and I went to the XDA forums because I root my phones and stuff like that. And the first post, the first thread on their thread with the LG G6 and the LG V30 is the front camera. There's no other threads that are above that, because they're trying to give you tips on how to improve the camera, and you can't improve the camera. Like you can't. The camera is literally like, it's tiny. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like
man,
it's tiny. And the way photonics work is, if the lens or the sensor in the camera isn't big enough, you're not going to pick up enough light. I could shine the sun on my face. I could be at the sun and my picture will still look horrible. Period. It just doesn't let in enough light to get a good quality picture, you know. But my personal experience with the V30 is it's a sleek device. I do have a clear case for the phone.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to show my phone off. I don't buy it to cover it in the OtterBox.
Right.
The other big thing about the V30 has to be the sound quality. I had a V10. It totally changed my outlook on what phones can do. You know, video quality and stuff like that, yes, but sound quality, this thing is a monster. Like, it is unreal. I have a car audio system in my car, and I use the aux jack for my phone. And when I tell you, like, from Bluetooth to a physical connection with the phone, the sound quality is night and day. Like, it's the boost in volume is so much, and you can control the volume levels the way everything is just set up on the phone. You know, it's controllable and it's customizable. You got different audio curves, and then you hook up headphones like these. These are some Crossfade V-Motor M100 headphones. They're pretty high-end headphones, you know. These headphones right here, they're almost too loud to listen to with this phone. They're really loud. They're extremely loud. And this thing, it senses what type of impedance your headphones have, and it adjusts the power level accordingly. You know, LG's done a good job with this phone. I've never experienced a device like this. I use it every day at work. You know, I'm not even supposed to listen to music at work, and I sneak and do it anyway, just because I like the phone. You know, the lock screen, I guess you could say. You see, I have my YouTube channel's logo actually on the lock screen. LG has 9 different. They have 9 different lock screen options to choose from. Some phones don't even have an always on display, you know, and this one has 9 that you can choose from, along with different themes and stuff that change the lock screen settings too. So, I mean, the battery life is good. I've not had to charge the phone all day. I mean, it's It's legit. It's a solid phone.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's why.
It's solid, man. I only have one complaint. Literally, that's the front camera. That's all. I can't rave about the phone enough. And it's a sleeper phone because most people are going to say, oh, well, look at that S8 Plus. Oh, look at this Note 8. This phone does almost everything the Note 8 does minus the S Pen. That's it. It's simply put. You know, I would personally prefer the Note 8 because I do a lot of productivity work. But I also sit at my desk a lot. So I'm not going to need the Note 8 to do anything. I type on the keyboard and stuff, you know. So for me, I do a lot of videography work on the go. And there's no other phone out there that can do what this phone can do, you know. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the V30, man. I love the phone. It's a good phone. I'm not going to upgrade to anything else. I know the G7 is going to be coming out, and I know they might implement some features from the V30 in it, but I'm going to be a V40 fan more than likely. I'm about a V40 when it comes out next August or September or whenever it comes out. So, yeah, I love the phone, man.
All right, that's what's up, man. You know, so how the battery life?
Battery life. Okay, so when I got the phone and I unboxed it the first time, the phone was on 47%. I remember this. The phone was on 47%. I purposely didn't charge the phone, and I went to work, and I listened to music, streaming music on Pandora all night. All night. I didn't have to charge the phone again till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This was from 47% at 7 o'clock p.m. the previous night. And I had to charge the phone. It died. And then when it finally charged up and I ran it all the way back down, I regularly get about 7 hours screen time on this phone. A lot. You know, good. It's very, very good. I never had a phone that got over 3, you know. So battery life, my phone can last from, I go to work at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning, depending on which day it is on the weekends. From that time to the time I get home, like 3 in the afternoon, my phone is sitting on about 85%. That's how low the battery drain is. And that's me talking on the phone, texting on the phone, maybe showing people pictures, snapping secret pictures in the bakery. I work for a bakery, a local bakery, snapping secret pictures of our donuts to get people to come in and, you know, stuff like that. So, and streaming music at the same time. So the phone is a battery life champ. I know I heard the Note 8 is a little bit better, but the phone is like legit. It's serious, man. It's a good battery life on this phone.
That's what's up, man. Woo. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. One of the biggest reasons why I never bought the V30 is because of the experience I had with the G6. Yeah, that spending $800 on it, and 2 weeks later, it was they give you the phone for free.
Right.
I mean, they stand up there at the store with milk and cookies trying to give you the phone. I mean, but that's what I thought about the V30. That let me wait about 3 weeks, and the V30 gonna be, you know, almost free. So that's the only reason why I never bought a V30, because the crap that happened with the G6.
Yeah, and I got one more thing, actually 2 more things about the V30. When I bought the V30 in the store, it actually came with a promotion, and the promotion it came with was a free Google Daydream headset. So I actually filled out the promotion. It's the newer one, not the old one. It's the new one. It comes with like a little controller and all kinds of stuff. So I'm actually waiting on that. They're going to ship it out here sometime soon. And then the other thing is that LG actually has a 2-year warranty on this thing. It's a 2nd-year warranty. So all you have to do is go on LG's website, register your device. Once you register your device, they're going to actually automatically enroll you in the 2-year extended warranty. So instead of a 1-year warranty, and it's a limited warranty, you know, with most manufacturers, LG is going to cover a lot of stuff that they normally won't cover. HTC, I think they did the same thing with their protection. You know, they'll cover like drops and spills and stuff like that. LG pretty much does the same exact thing with the V30. So those were literally the selling points for me. I like free stuff. I like free stuff. So, yeah, I get a free Google Daydream. And I'm going to have a Google Daydream review whenever it comes in. I'm going to unbox it and everything, show people what you get in the box. And then you get the free 2nd-year warranty. You know, I'm not going to compare, you know, apples to apples because this is not an Apple device. So you're not going to get that type of quality. I can't just walk in and hand an LG rep my phone and be like, here, fix it. But, you know, you do get an extended warranty for the 2-year contract. They still do 2-year contracts, but that's not what I did. But if you do happen to be in a 2-year contract, you get an extended manufacturer's warranty for the duration of that whole entire contract from the day you register the phone. So those were the two sticking points for me. It really wasn't the camera. It was the features that you get after the fact. You know, it's the LG's promise to stand by the phone, and that's what I'm hoping. You know,
that's awesome. You know, one of the things that I liked about LG, I tell you, with the LG G6, I shoot a lot of my YouTube videos on the G6. The wide angle lens is a beast. Oh, look how my man TK just joined in the stream. I sent him the link.
What's up, guys?
What's
how's it
happening?
going, man?
Good evening, sir.
All right, what's up, TK from Total Tech in the building? What's up with you, man? We've been having this discussion about the V30.
I saw. That phone's really good, except the front-facing camera's trash.
Yeah, exactly.
I think LG kind of stuck it to Google on that phone. They kind of like get all the displays that don't pass QA, get all of the bad quality assurance displays, and send that shit to Google. And they, because you know right now, LG's probably marketing like, well, you could get the Pixel, but their display sucks so bad. Get a V30.
Yeah, it's the same phone.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So, where you at, man?
Right now, I am outside of Dallas, Texas.
Oh man, you be doing some traveling, man. You're in Dallas, Texas.
I've been going everywhere because of the Bitcoin shit, man. It's like every time Bitcoin goes up another $1,200, I got to go somewhere else. Like I was in Jacksonville the other day speaking at University of North Florida, and then I just did a thing at SMU today.
Okay.
And man, killing it. That Bitcoin's almost at 8,000 again. Killing it.
I should have got into Bitcoin when it first came out, man.
It reminds me of dope money, man. It's crazy. It reminds me when I was like, I know this this reminds me of like being 18 years old out there. You know, this is like when crack was just starting to bang. But this reminds me of being like 18 years old out there talking about, let me get a cookie, let me break this up, let me do this. You know, like that's what this Bitcoin reminds me of now. It's like dope money, man. You got dudes running around Tony Montana style now off some shit that they generated for free from a computer. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that. They do a lot of mining. Mining off of, a lot of mining.
I just started mining today.
I'm mining heavy. I got a bunch of Genesis mining shit where I like rent mining. And it's not bad. You can make money on it. It's not bad if you're not going to make money when you first mine it. You got to hope that the currency goes up, which it has. All the shit that I mined was at like 4,500, and now it's almost at like $8,000. So
yeah, damn.
I posted on Instagram the other day. I just cashed out like a certain amount of Bitcoins, you know, and made sure I paid my taxes immediately because the IRS don't play. But I don't want to be like Wesley Snipes. So
hey, what phone you recording that on right now?
I'm not trying to go back to the feds. So so I got that done. Just had an unhealthy meal at McDonald's.
What phone you on?
I'm on the V30 right now. So if my screen, if my picture looks like shit, that's why.
Well, I recognize that camera from anywhere, man. It's trash. Trust me, I know.
So what do y'all think about the pic? You saw the Pixel 2 and the XL got more problems today.
Yeah, I mean, it was with the screen at the bottom or something non-responsive.
The screen was popping out and the bootloader is messed up. Like people are like breaking phones on updates. Ooh. They should just call that phone another one. That's all they should just hashtag another one. That phone is just another one, another problem every day. Something else is fucked up on those phones.
Wow. Well, you know what? At the end of the day,
problems with it, yeah.
What you think that what they gonna do about it?
Man, Google, I think after the first issue, like when they found out that those phones were getting burned in, like in the first 2 hours, 3 hours of people using them, they should have immediately recalled that phone, because now you're gonna have customers that I've already talked to a dude that works at Verizon where I got mine, the one I had for a couple days, and he's had 3 replacements, one for a display, he had a camera issue, which I haven't seen that really published. He had a bad module. And now he's got a bootloader issue where he took the update to 8.0 or 8.1 point whatever, and the shit bricked.
Damn.
I've heard that issue. I heard about that issue not so long ago.
And now Google's telling him it's going to be 4 weeks before he can get a phone, you know, for them to replace it. Because now with Verizon is so sick of dealing with the shit, with customers coming back in, they're no longer, you can go into most Verizon stores, they have taken the Pixel 2 XL off shelves. I bet you're going to see people writing articles on that tomorrow. Because now they're referring everybody to Google. They're tired of dealing with it.
Wow. Oh, yeah, well, it is what it is. We're going to wait for the Pixel 3. I guess ACC going to make that.
Well, I just ordered the U11, but damn, man, they breaking my ass. I was like a little bit over $1,000 after importing that shit.
Oh, yeah, because it's not coming to the U.S.
I know, but it does have the bands and shit, so I want to see if it's good. So I'm gonna see, because I like the U11. That's one of my favorite phones.
Yeah. Well, what you think about the Razer phone?
I ordered it, and you know what? Here's the thing, right? I got no ill will against Razer. The CEO's cool. Let me say this. So, you know, I don't like Carl Pye, and we don't get along. We don't get along online. I'm a bitch slap him if I see him in person. That's why I'm banned from all OnePlus events. He knows. Let me see him immediately on Twitter. You know, he was in the hospital and said his jaw got fucked up. And if you look on the thread, it was like, oh, you were in New York? Did you run into TK? Did he punch you in the jaw? Yeah. You know, so I didn't know that Carl Pye was friends with the fucking CEO at Razer. So I was DMing back and forth with their PR people. They're like, oh, we're going to send you one. Right? I'm like, all right, bet. And then I got a DM that was like, yeah, the CEO nixed your PR unit because of the issue you have with OnePlus. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going to order it. And now, like, I'm going to roast your shit if it sucks anyway. But now I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be hunting.
No, the thing about it is, I mean, we saw the OnePlus event. So the OnePlus 5T is coming out. Yep. What's your thoughts about that, TK?
Here's the thing. And I'll say this again, like the hardware that OnePlus puts out doesn't suck. For the most part, it's basically, and the reason why it doesn't suck is because it's made by Oppo. Right. There's no company. That OnePlus shit is like getting a white label, and I've been in the cell phone business for a long time, so I had a white label company. It's like having an MVNO or something on Sprint. You go to Sprint and say, I want to call this, you know, Swing Low Mobile or whatever, right? And they rebrand your shit. They get you SIM cards. They'll get you ESNs in the inventory, and you run your own business, right? Well, OnePlus is the same way. Carl Pye and their CEO and their regular CEO and some of the other people all came from Oppo. They manufacture their phones in the Oppo plant. You know what I'm saying? They're the same company. There's no difference between the companies. So the hardware is good. The problem is this experiment they did with OnePlus is the company's customer support. Like when I saw those videos on a launch event, oh, our customer supports, they call us by name. They call us and they want to talk to us on the phone. I'm like, I bet they do because you sold them some shit and then you don't want to fix it. And they're like, I want to talk to Angela because I'm going to slap that bitch. They're not playing. Like their customer support is so horrible. And here's the thing. Like when I got their first phone, I loved it. I was like, this is the best thing ever, right? The OnePlus One. And then I got people DMing me, hey, TK, my display's fucked up. Hey, TK, my display's got yellow shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm in Austin. The dude was in San Antonio. I was like, I'm going to drive down and see you. Let me see the phone. So then I call OnePlus, and I'm like, yo, this is such and such. At the time, it was TK Tech. And I'm like, I'm calling you from TK Tech. I just want to know what's up with the display. Are you guys going to address this issue for the customer? Blah, 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 blah. And anyways, Adele, which is her name, she probably picked it, you know, because her name ain't English for sure, was like, no, we're not doing shit, and that customer's lying. So I was like, all right. I started roasting them. And then people started posting the videos of me roasting their ass on the OnePlus forums. And then Carl Pye emailed me directly and said, hey, look, I'll cut you a check if you stop roasting me. And that's when then I published that, and then I roasted their ass more. So,
wow. I saw you tweets when you was going back and forth with Carl Pei on Twitter.
I tell him to eat it. Well, here's the thing. I speak Mandarin fluently. So, like, when he tries to be slick, I'll talk to him in his own language. Even if I do a video, you always hear me say it. I tell him, or else I tell people to eat a dick on a regular basis. I tell them, CG Ba, go eat a dick. I'll tell you in your own language. Go eat a dick. Have a nice night. You know, keep it moving. But that's my problem is if they were honest about it, if they were honest about the issues that they were having and not trying to portray themselves as something they're not, I probably wouldn't be as hard on them. You know what I'm saying? But when you try to portray yourself as, and there's no excuse, this is actually their fifth phone, right? Mm-hmm. So the 5T is actually their fifth production model. There's no time, like up to the 3, I could give them excuses. Now you're on your fifth phone. There's no more excuses.
Right.
That means if this phone comes out and your camera sucks, or it has that jelly bullshit on the display, or you ship phones without a power button or volume buttons or any of that shit, immediately roasted. Immediately roasted.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about. He can't be going hard on him. Look, hey man.
But I do that with every manufacturer though. People think I just be hating on OnePlus. You saw me get into it with Richard Yarrell, right? And that was because, you know, I said, here's my issues with the Note, and here's what the thing, and he came over there, and I'm like, go eat a dick, you and your whole crew. I don't care. You know, like
with the Samsung Knights.
Yeah. Like I got no time for that shit. You know, I will call out an issue on a manufactured product. Here's the thing though, like a lot of the issues I wouldn't be so heavy on if these phones were what they cost, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at, like, here's the thing, the new iPhone, right? The iPhone 10. That phone costs $307 to manufacture.
Yeah.
But they selling that shit for $1,000. Now I understand you got to pay for marketing and shit. That takes up about $105 to $130 in the price of the phone, right? Mm-hmm. Now there's a calculator. You can go look at how much it costs to market and all that shit. Samsung has the biggest budget. Mm-hmm. So Samsung is not guilty of this too. $950 for the Galaxy Note 8 is insane, right?
Right.
That phone cost them $240 to $250 something to make, depending if it has the Exynos or the Qualcomm processor, right? So under $300, you're selling it for $950. If I take into the effect your marketing, what other bullshit you want to put in there? Let's give them $200. We're at $500. Okay, $500, and they're selling a phone for $950. They're making almost like a double profit off of what their thing is, which I'm not mad at. But you need to provide value that shows why that's $1,000. Now, if they sold the Note and it came with a wireless charger, the DeX, and a Gear 360 in the box, okay, $1,000. I'll co-sign that. A phone that just comes with the S Pen for $950 plus tax, and then you got to buy all this other shit and accessories. No, miss me with that. I don't want to hear that. Not going to happen. So,
right.
And that's why I roast these companies like LG getting roasted on the V30. I didn't even publish that video yet, but like the issues that LG's had with the V30, with the front camera and some of the display issues, you're selling that phone for $800 and something plus. That should be a $599 or a $650 phone.
Yeah.
Period. You know.
Well, the Central learned the hard way. The Central phone, the Central learned the hard way. They dropped their phone down to like $300.
They jumped out there and sold that phone for what, $700 is what it was, or $799 when it came out. Yeah. No, man. Now you can get that phone for $400, right? Yeah. Now at $400, even if the camera sucks, because of the design and all the stuff that comes with it, I'll co-sign it. It's $400. That's not bad.
Yeah.
You know. And that's why, like, if this OnePlus 5T ends up being a good phone, right? What is it, $500 or $540 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
8 gigs of RAM with a Snapdragon 835. If the display doesn't suck, I'll co-sign the OnePlus 5T. If it doesn't have all the issues that they're normally, I know they're going to fuck up. They fuck up every time. It's never going to fail. They're always going to find a reason to trip over themselves. I have no doubt. But I think here's the thing. I think HTC's learned this with the HTC U Life, right? U11 Life.
Mhm.
That phone's $300, right?
Right.
If they come out with the U12 or whatever it's going to be, and they do it the right way, and they launch that phone and they sell that phone on launch day, $599 unlocked, or $550 at a carrier, they'll take the market over. They're going to sell like crazy, because here's the thing. There really isn't that much difference between all of the flagships. They all use the same friggin' processor, Qualcomm 835. They all got 4 gigabytes of RAM, unless it's a friggin' OnePlus 5 or the Note's got 6, right? So they all rocking with friggin' 4 gigabytes of RAM. They all running a Quad HD display outside of OnePlus. But you figure they're all running a Quad HD display. So there's really no, it doesn't matter who you really pick. It's really a software experience, and you could always throw a launcher on your phone. So it's Android. It don't matter. There's no reason for them to be charging what they charge for these phones, period. Except the consumers go for that bullshit. That's it.
Yeah.
The same thing is going to be with the man. It has to drop, especially with the screen being so dim, and God knows what else issues they're going to have with. It's going to drop as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the thing about it is, Android loses value. Android loses value. Oh my God.
You know how they say when you drive off the lot, look at this is a $73,000 black label Lincoln Continental, right? The minute I took that shit off the lot, it was worth about 45.
Dang.
Automatically, right? So that's Android phones. Android phones are like cars. If you go buy that OnePlus 3, OnePlus 5, when the event happened, I literally went to Craigslist to see the ones that were already posted, back home in New York. You'll find them all day. $350, $300, $290 on Craigslist like crazy, because everybody wants to sell them, try to buy the new shit. And it's really just the same phone with just a different aspect ratio. People don't know that, okay, maybe it has a different camera sensor. It's the same fucking phone.
Yeah. No, they got an iris scanner on it, yeah, man. They got an iris scanner.
It's got face scanning. My friggin' Galaxy Note 3 did face unlock. Fucking.
My Galaxy Nexus did face unlock, man.
I know, right? Damn, my shit.
I had it first one in line for that phone. I remember getting it and freaking out because I could unlock my screen with my face.
Yep. Hell yeah. I was cool with that until a chick I was seeing at the time was literally able to take a picture of me on a phone and hold it up to my phone. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hold it up to my phone and the shit would get unlocked. After that, I was like fingerprint or 10-digit or 10-character password.
10-character password encryption.
Yeah, because you figure if you do numbers, right, and you really messing with a chick heavy, they can figure out, it must be a birthday, it might be this.
Yeah.
Or if they watch, they be looking out the corner of their eye to watch to see what you're doing on the phone. So you got to put the 10-character password, like uppercase, lowercase, exclamation point, and shit. You got to put that in there. Otherwise, you're going to jail. Yep. Chicks putting you on the couch.
I had one where I know what you talk about, man. Somebody looked at the fingerprints on my on my number pad when I was doing it, and they traced it back, and they figured it out.
You had a CSI chick. She was putting the baby powder on your shit. Oh man,
it's crazy, man. Crazy stuff.
But yeah, I'm waiting for a company like Razer. I like what Razer is doing. They're selling a phone. They could justify that price at $700, right? 120 hertz, like the new iPad Pro, definitely makes a difference. It's going to make it look butter smooth. It's going to make the pixels look like shit. Yeah. When you look at that Razer phone, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They can justify that price at $700. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. It's got a Quad HD display. It's got all the shit that the OnePlus doesn't have.
Got stereo speakers, like loud stereo speakers. Front facing
booming stereo speakers. So are you going to pay $550 to OnePlus for 8 gigs and 128 gigs with a 1080p display? Or are you going to pay an extra $150 and get booming speakers, a Quad HD display, and 120 hertz? I'm paying the extra $150. I'm sorry. No one's buying that shit from OnePlus if they could buy that shit from Razer and they can keep up with demand.
True. You're right about that, man. And the other cool thing is I checked out that Razer phone. My friend actually sent me a link to the review of the Razer phone. I checked it out. They said a lot of good things about the phone. I like the phone personally.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me myself, I'm stuck with the V30 for a while. I don't have the money to buy a Razer phone, but if I could buy any phone right now, more than likely it'd probably be the Razer phone because I want to see that screen in person.
Yeah, that screen is sick. That screen is ridiculous. That screen, I know, because I had the iPad Pro to 10.5, and I was like, man, I wasn't going to upgrade from the 9.7, but when I went into the Apple store and actually saw the refresh rate, like when you play games, especially if it takes advantage of that 120 hertz. Oh man, it's night and day.
I have a computer, man. My monitor on my computer is 120 hertz.
So then I know
exactly what you're talking about. I went from a 60 hertz monitor to a 120 hertz monitor. It's the same with TVs. You can go from a 60 hertz TV to a 120 hertz TV. You immediately know the difference, especially when you're playing movies or something like that. For me,
or
gaming.
When you're watching football, like if you watch football, man, you could totally tell the difference between watching 120 hertz and 60 hertz. It looks like you're like sitting there.
The football don't trail, like skip in the air. It's like a smooth motion. It's crazy. My TV in my living room is like that, man. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love that, man. Oh yeah, no doubt.
I'm back.
Eric's back.
I had to go get me a fresh one. I had to go get me a fresh one.
Speaking of fresh one, 1 second.
Shit, didn't you?
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look, hey, what you think about? Look, I always been saying this, TK, that it's the end of the year, right? I mean, buy phones, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
the only phone I would justify is if you can get a crackhead price Note 8. That's like you buy one on Craigslist, someone didn't pay their bill, whatever. You got to get one like that. Or if you can buy that Razer phone, because of that 120 hertz display in the 8 gigs of RAM and them speakers, at $700, that's probably the only flagship I could justify buying at retail right now, because Samsung's going to drop the S9 in January. They're talking about showing it to I got a friend that works over at Fake It Now, and they already got contacted. They're going to get to see that phone in person at CES in the Samsung booth. Like, it's not going to be out probably for public consumption, but they're going to be pulling in writers and reporters and shit to check that shit out, like they did with HTC last year. So, I got to see the HTC. What was it? Was it the U11? Was that what it was? Yeah, we got to see like a demo version of the U11 at CES last year. So,
yeah, I mean, well, you know why Samsung is doing that, right? Samsung, because of all the hype of the iPhone 10.
That's right. And they can't play. And because here's the thing, that iPhone 10 is going to still be taking market share well into March. And then Apple, I hate these motherfuckers, but Apple they did it smart though. You know what I'm saying? They launched this shit, and now they're gonna launch that goddamn Plus phone in like March or April, so that they can go right back at Samsung when Samsung drops that S9. So,
well,
I don't know, man. I definitely wouldn't recommend anybody pay full retail. Don't sign a contract or a finance agreement.
Oh, not in December. Oh, I wouldn't say.
No, not right now. But if T-Mobile's giving you the buy one get one free shit, that's different. If you can get a buy one get one free on the iPhone 8 Plus or the whatever it is, the Note 8, then that's a win. Shit, I mean, if you can get 2 Note 8s for the price of one, you're paying $450 for it.
Yeah,
I mean, then you can justify that. Outside of like a true buy one get one, send me the gift card for the full retail of the phone. Nope.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, I agree with you. I said I wouldn't sign a device contract in December, knowing right in January everything reset. Everything reset in January. It get 845 processors. You got new phones. Sony go come out with phones. You got keynote addresses coming out at CES. You got all kinds of stuff happening. And if you could get a phone at Black Friday, or you could get a phone at a good price for Christmas, you can get one. But as far as buying top end phones right now, nah,
can't do it. No way you could do that.
Yep. And people in the comments, let me see. somebody in the comments said, let's see, Sir I Swollen or whatever is in the streams. First time user, first time subscriber. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Let's see, Michael is in the building. Alt Dog say this is real talk. Cafe is in the building. Let's see. A lot of people say that the Razer phone seemed legit. It does have the 120 hertz. So you know what? I don't know. I had to see what's going on with the Razer phone. You know, just like with all new phones,
it's gonna have problems.
Yeah, give it a little time. Let's
but
see.
then again,
Sorry.
though, they did buy Nextbit, so they kind of already dealt with all the bullshit from that phone last year. So they kind of already know what's gonna break. And to be honest, for like gaming shit, like those Razer laptops are bananas. Them shits,
insane,
shits
man.
They more extra than a chick that is in her feelings. Like them shits is.
Hey TK, I remember one day he was on Instagram, or you were doing a live stream. You was I think he was in Florida, and you were doing $100 shots. What bar that was in Florida?
There's a place, we were in South Beach. There's a place down there. It's like an old Mariners bar, and they got this whiskey in there. You're talking about the $100 whiskey shots.
Yeah.
That was an expensive night. I was already twisted by then, so my wallet didn't give a fuck, but it gave a fuck the next morning. It was like, Tyrese, what more do you want from me? Bank of America was like, we want you to fund that account. That's what we want.
What more do you want from? Hey, you did that video. I seen it on Instagram. You did that Tyrese video, man.
Oh yeah, the remix. Oh yeah. I dropped that.
That was you. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah,
saw that.
I dropped that joint in there, and then I put it in the video too. I put it at the end of the Note 8 review, and people have been like, man, that's Tyrese's. If he sees it on the internet, he's gonna roast you. And I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's been catching L's like Tiger all week, just L.
Yep. So with in 2018, I think we forgot one thing. What happened to the 4K displays? Sony has got the best displays, right?
Period.
When it comes down to 4K.
Yeah. Period.
What happened to the 4K displays? Because the Sony XZ Premium and the Sony XZ before that with that 4K display. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I say this and I say this again. The Sony XZ Premium got the best display, period.
Yes, it does. It's my number one phone until I get the Razer phone, and the Razer phone might be it. But right now, my number one phone this year is the XZ Premium. It's my daily phone. If it wasn't dead right now, I'd be rocking that. I'm using the V30 because the phone died a few hours ago. So the camera doesn't suck, especially if you install like the Google camera. It's better than that Google camera is better than everybody's camera on the market. So it is what it is. But you install that Google camera with the HDR Plus, and the Sony XZ Premium takes great video. It takes great photos.
Yep.
That 4K display, when people say, "Oh, you can't tell, it doesn't matter." Man, when I'm looking at 4K content on YouTube or watching HDR shit on Netflix, I can tell the difference.
You could tell the difference.
That shit is so crispy. It's like, man, I don't miss me with that, man. And that's why I said that's why people got offended when I said that the premium. The XZ Premium had a better display than the Note. People are like, "Oh, you're crazy. You know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Okay, well, do you own both phones? Have you looked at?" No. Well, then shut up. Like, I don't want to hear it. I'm looking at them every day.
I'll tell you what, man. I play with the XZ Premium myself. You know, I've played with it numerous times. You know, either in store, I've actually held one for a couple hours to test out. And when I tell you the XZ Premium's display is no joke, like it is literally no joke. And the fact that you can watch 4K stuff on a phone, like there's TVs and monitors and stuff out there that are still in 720p. You know,
that's right.
And you got 4K on like a 5 point whatever inch display.
5.5.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. and the colors are crisp. It's not AMOLED. It's straight up
IPS,
LCD.
yeah.
It's LCD. You know,
Yeah.
the most accurate colors you could possibly get. It's not oversaturated or nothing like that. And I played with the camera. The camera got a ton of features now. It's not LG V30 features. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a ton of features in the LG V30 camera, but it's definitely a good camera. And like he said, you know, the Google camera software takes better pictures for some. I don't know why or how. It's the algorithms, man, that they use or something. It's the processing. And, you know, Sony makes their own camera image sensor that they put in the phone itself. So it's optimized for their software. Sony knows.
They use an actual the sensor that's in the XZ Premium actually comes out of one of their point and shoot cameras. That sensor that's in the XZ Premium and the XZ before that, and the XZ, there's so many friggin' variants of the phone, and the XZ1, right? That sensor comes out of a regular point and shoot, so there's no excuse for them to have shitty photos, because some of the Sony point and shoot cameras are some of the best cameras you can get.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, man,
I record my videos with a Sony camera.
There you go. So, yeah. I got an A7. That's, you know, I'm starting to use a DSLR, but I hate lugging that friggin' goddamn thing around when I film shit.
Trust me, I know,
but
man.
I do see the difference. I mean, some people have already commented when I'm doing videos now, like my iPhone videos, and some of the other ones are like, damn, this shit, what'd you do? Like, the videos look better. I'm like, man, don't tell me that shit. I got to use this thing all the time. But
yeah, my first videos, man, I used a very, very cheap camera. It was a Sony camera, too. I used a very cheap camera, and then I started using my phone, and then I went from my phone to another Sony camera, but it was a DSLR. It was an old one, but it put out my video quality completely changed. And then I went from Sony to Canon. And right now I'm actually using my Canon, but I swap in between because they don't record the same. I want a certain specific cinematic view with my Sony. I want a specific cinematic view with my Canon. So sometimes you see my video shift.
I won't use the Canons. So here's why I stopped fucking with Canon. My last Canon I bought was a 70D, right? I still got my 60D. Now they're great to take photos. If I go travel or go somewhere or go overseas, I'll take photos with it. But for video, it don't shoot 4K.
No,
and the 70D just started doing 60 frames per second. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not like, no, I'm going to use my Sony because the A7 shoots in 4K, does everything I want it to do. And yeah, it's crazy. But food stamp phone alert.
Oh yeah, that is iPhone SE, right?
Yeah.
It's on sale right now at Best Buy for $99 for the AT&T variant.
Oh,
the
man,
AT&T
give me another one.
It's the AT&T prepaid variant. As soon as you buy it, don't activate the AT&T SIM. You can go straight to the AT&T website and click I'm not a customer, and they send you the unlock code in like an hour. I'm rocking this on that. This is my trap phone. I run this on Virgin Mobile right now, and they give you the free service for 6 months just to bring a phone to their network. So the phone was $99, and I'm hotspotting the shit out of this. It is Sprint. It does kind of suck, but for like free internet in the car, I'm like powering the Lincoln with this. It's $99. It was $99 for free service for 6 months and a phone. So I was like, done.
Man,
sounds like a good deal.
$99, man. That's still 350 pounds here in the UK.
Oh yeah,
man.
you guys in the UK be getting fucked. You guys and the Canadians be getting fucked so heavy because there's no reason why they should be charging the same amount in euros that they charge in dollars for a fucking phone. Euros and dollars are not the same. Like the shit, but the manufacturers be trying to get over on people like, oh, 700 is 700. No, it's not. No, it's not. 700 euros is like $830 in US. That ain't cool. Like, what are y'all doing, man? That's not cool. And they do the Canadian, but they really stick to Canadians. They be like, oh, you want the new iPhone? It's $1,700. It's cheaper. It's actually cheaper to buy a phone in the US. It's probably for you guys too in the UK. You probably can buy a phone on eBay or something in the US and import it, depending on how lazy your customs is, and get it in for cheaper than you could buy it in their own countries. It's crazy.
Yep, I agree.
Well, it depends. There are some certain import charges that we have to pay, and they got greedy on that one as well. So basically, if you're buying something from eBay, you can pay the import charge straight away to eBay. But if you import it from somewhere else, you gotta pay the delivery company, and then they don't mess around with the price. I mean, something like 20% plus £20 on top of that charge. So you're coming out at quite expensive, actually.
That's crazy.
Damn.
It's crazy, man.
Well,
That's another tip too for you guys that like to travel for vacations. If you're going to Brazil, South Africa, or China, anywhere in Asia, go to the Apple store before you leave and pick up 2, because most countries will let you come in with 2 in the box, and then you can put another one in your pocket if you don't care. Get another one and just put it in your pocket. Don't take the box because someone will still buy that shit too. I go to Brazil. I go to Rio every year because it's free. I pick up 3 iPhones, whatever the lowest gig storage is that I can get, and then I bounce to Rio. I go to Craigslist. I put that shit in English. People know what it is. They come straight to the hotel with the old hundreds, real cash, and they buy them. You could sell an iPhone. Like last year, I sold the iPhone 7. What was it? 32 gigabytes is what they were. Verizon models. I was selling them shits for like $1,600 in Brazil, and they were like $650. I was making a G off each phone. You sell 2 phones, and then because the other one doesn't have a box, say you sell it for like $1,200. Your whole trip is paid for. Like you can just do whatever you want. It's free vacation.
Damn. Tyler put in the comments. He said he's in Canada. I believe Tyler's in Canada. He said iPhone X is $1,549 plus 13% tax in Canada. Yeah.
They ain't fucking around.
Oh man.
I lived in Montreal and Toronto for a little bit, and that's not the only, they tax you too on your salary. Like, if you make money, like, sorry for everybody that's got Bitcoin up there. They worse with their IRS equivalent. Don't play. They're getting almost like 40-something% of your money. Like salary doesn't matter. People are like, oh, they make more money in Canada. Yeah, they taking 40% of their shit too. So,
damn. Well, I've had a couple of guests on this YouTube channel, and the last guest I had on Wine Wednesday, one of the ladies on Wine Wednesday talked about how expensive the iPhone is in Canada.
Yep.
It's insane in Canada.
Yep. Well, the Canadian dollar. I mean, just last year, was it last year? It was close because the Canadian dollar was almost right there with the U.S. dollar for a while. And then for a couple of weeks, it was more than the U.S. dollar. So that was when, like, if you were buying a car, a house, that's when you wanted to make that move. Because right now, I think it's like, what, 68 cents to $1 or something? They're getting murdered over there right now.
Oh, man. Woo! That's why I said, like, us in the U.S., boy, I'll tell you, man, we can't take this stuff for granted down here, boy, because we get cheaper prices. And also, you can walk into AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and put $200 on a phone and get an iPhone X.
Yep.
You can't do that in no other countries. It's insane.
Yep.
Wow. That's why I sponsor my channel, man. I just can't, justify to buy the brand new phones because I'm not yet making enough money out of my channel, so I don't have the brand new phones. It's too expensive here.
I would tell you too, like when I could afford to buy them when I started, but like I tell people that get started, everybody thinks they have to review the flagship phones. Some of the videos on my channel that have the most views are for like the Moto G3. When that shit came out, like a 2-year-old Galaxy S4 unlock video, like you'd be like, what the fuck? Like some of the videos that have the most views on my channel are for like cheap ass phones. They're not like that. What was HTC 526, whatever the hell that piece of shit was from Verizon? Those videos have made me more money in AdSense on YouTube than a Galaxy Note 8, than a friggin' LG V30 video, than, I mean, all my Lumia videos, the Lumia 640, I made like $6-7 grand off that phone so far. And that was like a fucking $80 phone at AT&T or whatever it was. So, I mean, you don't have to film flagship phones. You can go buy shit phones and do videos on them because you'd be surprised, people are searching for cheaper phones. Where you're at in the UK, all those Chinese phones work in the UK because y'all got 1800 and the rest of those vans over there that EE uses. You could buy all them shit phones from like GearBest and fucking, I forget what the other marketplace is over there, but they're like $200 for the bezel-less phones and shit.
Like Wonder Mobile, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You
get crazy views on that shit. I mean,
I'm definitely gonna be looking into the companies for that, man, to try to buy some of these little cheaper phones. Like what's a Ulefone and like a Doogie, something like that. Doogie makes a bezel-less phone. You know, it looks good. It's a legit good looking phone. And I've heard nothing but good things about the phone for its price range. So I'm about to be checking them out myself.
I'm trying to, there's another company.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you go.
I got the L phone. There's a company called L phone.
Mm-hmm. I know they are.
It's some of the best hardware I think I've ever had in my hand. It's just like a fucking mantelpiece here because in the US it don't work. It won't work on any network. I think it gets 2G in some places on AT&T. That's it. So, but that hardware itself, I was like, damn, this phone when it came out was like $180 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And when I still picked that phone up, I'm like, damn, this shit is like premium as fuck. And now it's probably trash, you know, but those companies, they can't come into the US either because of their ties to the Chinese government. That's why you don't see Xiaomi making big moves over here. That's why you don't see L phone and Doogie and all these fucking companies over here, because if the Chinese government has any influence over their company outside of Huawei, they get away with it. I don't know how. They paid off somebody in Washington probably. But outside of Huawei, most of the Chinese companies aren't allowed into the US like that. They block them because they worry that somebody's going to fucking use the phones to steal information. That's why OnePlus is in trouble. I got friends that still work at the government. No, you can look it online. No person that works anywhere for the US government is allowed to use a OnePlus or an Oppo phone. Period. They're not allowed. If they get caught with one and they have their official email and shit on them, it's a fireable offense and they go to jail. They're not playing. And it just came out why. OnePlus had a massive data breach. They had an app that they weren't disclosing to their customers that allowed them to read emails, text messages, pictures, all your shit on your phone. But it was an engineering app, which is what it's supposed to be used for. But that the Chinese government could say, oh, yeah, it's for engineering, but we just want to see your wife busted open. That's what it really is. They want to get compromising photos and information so they can try to exploit your ass if you work for the government. So that's why you won't see none of these Chinese companies in the U.S. because the U.S. government is not playing that shit.
Yeah. Damn. I heard that. I don't know who did it, whether or not it was some publication talked about OnePlus having a data breach.
Yep.
It was all over Twitter.
Yeah, but you know what? Guess who you didn't see talk about it, though? Android Fuckboy Authority. You didn't see, yeah, I'm going to roast them. I'll leave everybody else alone, but fuck them. You ain't see nobody else really talk about it because they're all paid off. They all suck OnePlus's dick. They're all paid off. And I'm not mad. Look, cut the check. You know, like if they want to get the check. But at least have some fucking integrity when something that big happens. You got to talk about it. You can't be like, oh man, this dude might have that's like Kevin's, like people that like House of Cards and shit. Oh, this dude might have been trying to fuck boys, you know, when he was fucking 14-year-olds and shit. Oh, that's just Kevin Spacey. Oh, he's just gay. No, man, he was fucking 14-year-old boys, man. Get the fuck out of here. That shit is not cool. You can't sweep that shit under the rug. So it's shit like that. That would be like, you know, shit happens and someone does some fucked up shit and they're like, oh, that's just an open secret. It's no, man, that shit is not cool. That you can't do that shit. And all of these reporters that are supposed to have integrity and people are supposed to follow and care didn't say shit because they get paid. They don't want to not get their review units. You know, that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, especially with the OnePlus, it seems like everybody's kind of paid at the moment because everything is so positive and in a very clever way, they don't say what exactly the problem is, and it looks like everything is cool in the end of the video.
Well, here's the thing. They offered to cut me a check for like $8,500 back in the day. That was when my channel was at like 15,000 subs or some shit, right? They offered to cut me a check for like $8,500 or whatever the fuck it was, just so I would stop roasting them about the display. So if they're willing to cut back then that small channel a check for $8,500, I can imagine how much they're paying Android Fuckboy Authority and some of these other websites to be like positive review. Here's the phone early. Here's a vacation. You know, whatever. You know, and I'm not mad at the sites for doing that, but at least disclose. This is, you know, like they have to say. This is a paid review. Like, you know, when you watch, buy this new cream, it'll fucking make your face not look so fucked up. It's only $9.99. They put that shit on at 2 o'clock in the morning and they say this was a promotional advertisement and we do not co-sign this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, these reporters should say that. And I fucking hate The Verge, but The Verge is probably the only fucking company, which they're a big media company, but they're the only motherfuckers that I would say, well, they shit on all Android phones, but they're probably the only company that's really pointing out the issues on the OnePlus 5T. Like, oh, it kind of looked like it shifted like this and looked like shit when you shift the phone, right? And then here's the thing. You saw Marquez Brownlee. I like MKBHD. Everybody's trying to say I'm trying to roast the kid. I'm not. But you saw him mention it too, and he only mentioned it when he did his first impressions. He had to go back in, watch his video, and he had to edit that shit in, because when The Verge published it about the shift of the colors, it rainbows when you turn that phone. He added it to his video because a lot of people don't know MKBHD is under The Verge. They cut him a check a while back and got him in. Like, they run his website. If you look at who owns the domains and all that shit, he's just a mouthpiece for The Verge. I'm not mad at him. Get his money. I respect that. But don't come out and say that you're a fucking independent journalist and you really just have consumers' interest at heart. If you get in a check and you're fucking quid pro quoing, I'm not going to talk bad about the phone because they cut me a check. Fuck you. Then you can't talk about the phone. You're disqualified. Kick rocks.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Paul Tech in the building. What's up with you? I said some people asking the question, TK, about your NHK. I mean NHL. They're like somebody say they played you when you played some NHL back in the day. Also, somebody said that let's see, hold on. Did you know John McLean? So the people put the questions in, say they played you back in the G when you was doing hockey.
They didn't play me in the NHL. They probably played me if they were playing AHL or rehab shit. That was it. If he played me, he should be able to say where he played me at.
Yeah, Michael said that's your hockey history. Yeah, look like somebody said they know you from your hockey history.
Oh yeah, they probably know me from that. Well, also from scouting. I mean, that's where, outside of Bitcoin, that's where I make a lot of my money. This last year, before the season, I was working really heavy with the San Diego Gulls. That's why I had the place out there in San Diego, which is it's a minor league affiliate for the Anaheim Ducks. So, like, I do hockey scouting every year. At the end of the season, when hockey season ends, that's when my work starts. I call it hustle season. I start pushing really hard about July, and I go from July all the way up to the end of September, right before hockey season. And I try to get kids signed to like minor league team. You know, I get a lot of guys that play hockey that may have not played, you know, maybe organized or professional. They may have played like in clubs or pickup leagues, but have the fundamentals. Because for me, a lot of people don't know, I'm not a sports agent. It's a difference. But as a scout, if I get a contract from a club as a scout and I bring somebody to the team that pans out, I get a fat check. So a lot of people go like, well, why don't you just focus on your strip clubs, or why don't you just focus on Bitcoin? Because during that season, like last year, I had 3 kids. One of the kids is actually on the Las Vegas Golden Knights. He got picked up in the supplemental draft. I got a fat check out of that shit. I ended up getting like 300 and something thousand for a couple of months of work. So that's why I push scouting, and I'm super close to getting into sports agency where I can just like, I switch sides and I start busting balls for players for, you know, for teams. It's a harder game. You have to really have a foot in to get into that shit, unless you're Jay-Z, to get into sports agency. But yeah, that's a lot of people that know me from sports will know me from that. They'll know me from that. They'll know me from the Providence Bruins, doing scouting and stuff for them. They'll know me from, like I said, San Diego Gulls, San Antonio Renegade, San Francisco Bulls. Those are like the main teams that I've worked. Portland Winterhawks. Those are the main teams that I've had associations with.
So before we get out of here, name your what is your favorite phone? A lot of people always ask the questions, what's your daily driver? What's your favorite phone? Because right now, that's it. I mean, we're at the end of the year. I mean, if you got a phone, that's it. That's it, right? So it's no more phones besides the Razr phone, and we already know how the OnePlus go be. Right. So what is what everybody? What is your favorite phone? My favorite phone is the Note 8 because I need it. Listen, the Note 8 brings a totally different dynamic. You got Dex, which I could do all my payroll, all my spreadsheets. I could plug up Dex to all my computer. I'm good to go. I use my Dex as a full-fledged PC, and it's a great device. So the Note 8 is probably one of my favorite phones. What are your guys' favorite phones?
For me, I have two favorite phones actually. Obviously, I own a V30, and for me, the V30 is it's my daily driver. It's what I use all the time. But the Note 8 also, like you said, the Note 8 is so much versatility with that phone. I mean, there's so much you can do with the phone, and the camera's great. The overall software experience on the Note 8 is great. And when I was with one, I had no issues with the phone at all. But I was just so enamored by the V30 and the camera features it offers because I do mobile recording, on my phone for YouTube. I decided that the V30 was going to be my daily driver once I actually got my hands on one. So my personal phone is the V30, minus the trash front camera.
All right. Tony, what's your favorite phone?
Well, my one is gotta be the S8, simply because I had the Note 5 for like 2 years and I didn't really use the S Pen that much. So I went ahead with the S8 simply because of the overall in-hand feel and the design of it. And also I'm using this to film my YouTube videos with it. So basically it works perfectly fine for me. And to be honest with you, as a daily driver, I'm always kind of reviewing some phones, and basically I have no daily driver anymore.
Right.
For example, at the moment, I'm rocking this Moto Z2 Play. I'm going to issue the review really soon. Actually, plan for but it's a decent phone. It's okay. You're kidding me. Yeah, but you've got the Force.
Yeah, I got the Force.
You've got the Force, yeah? Yeah. That's different, man. I didn't go for it because of the screen, because he's gonna scratch like crazy, and I'm running naked. I mean, no cases at all.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Since I've been having the Z Force, I haven't had no scratches. I haven't had no. And look, I've been rocking it almost naked because Motorola sent me out the press box. So yeah, I mean, I've been rocking it almost naked, and I used to go to mods on it. But as far as the screen, I don't have anything on the screen. I haven't scratched it. I mean, I got to send it back in about another week or so.
Even if you scratch it, though, you can literally peel that first layer off and just throw a glass screen protector on that shit. I did that.
Right.
That's true, yeah.
So
yeah, you go.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I mean, I got to send this one back in a few weeks, but yeah, I mean, I don't have no problem with the Shadow Shield. Excuse me.
Did you get a review unit from Motorola?
Yeah, they sent me a press box.
They don't like me because I was leaking all their shit, so they ain't giving me shit. I've been leaking their this is the first Moto X I didn't leak. They had that shit like tight. They assholes was like, oh, he's gonna leak. I sent the email just fucking with their and I tagged their CEO, just, yo, I'm about to leak your shit. Just fucking with them. To see if they send me a cease and desist, because I drop their Moto X every year. So they was in their feelings.
Yep. So yeah, TK, what's your daily driver?
Right now, my daily driver is the Xperia XZ Premium.
Oh, great phone.
Yep. And the Note 8. Those are my two main phones. Now, sometimes if I have to switch and I have to go, like if I'm going to be out and I'm not going to be by my computer or my Surface, like I keep the Surface in the car. But if I'm going to be away from the Surface Pro, I will pull out the iPhone 8 Plus because I can edit, I can address comment. The YouTube Creator app is so much easier to work with on iOS than Android. That's why I got to keep the fucking iPhone around. Plus, you never know when somebody's out there and somebody talks out, if someone's going to get their ass whooped in public. I want the iPhone because it's way more stable for me to get that world star footage. So
wait, let me ask you a question. They got this guy Michael's in the building. He keep on asking questions about his uncle Kevin. Kevin McLean.
I don't remember him. I was reading his comments, something about he kept getting up and I kept knocking. I was like, nah. I don't
He said
remember him.
said
But like I told him, I said there's more than one.
What you call
Yeah,
it?
one. I beat him in Toronto. They're saying that
Yeah.
there's more than there's more. Like I told him, I said there's more than one TK. There's a young kid TK in my old organization now that plays for the Devils. So I've had people tagging me and saying, "Oh, TK, I found a video of that." I'm like, "That's not me. That kid's like fucking 20 years old." I'm like, that shit is new, man. I was like, I played a long time ago.
Right. He said that you beat him in the game. So I see him keep on posting comments.
I don't
know. So I don't know. Yep. So let's see. Somebody see after TK's background and rap. This show is like a anti-climate. Wait, what? We're like boys with toys. Yeah, I mean we are boys with toys. That's what we like. We are. You know, I ain't gonna say boys with toys, but we are men with toys. I mean, you know, we like the toys. I mean, this is what we like, right? I mean, we like gadgets. We like tech. So that's why we in here. We like technology. We love technology. That's what it is. Let's see. I thought TK left.
This is what he said. But,
okay, so we might have a troll in the building.
We can let Eddie Video Star. Hey, Eddie Video Star. Let me give you that shame fame. Let me get on my Michael Rappaport right now. Let me get on my shame fame. Go eat a fucking dick.
Yeah, we always get one or two trolls that come in the building. But
you know what though? But you got to be happy, Eric, because guess what? Even though they come in, a view is still a view, and every second they watch, they still support the channel. So let them bitch ass motherfuckers come in.
Yeah. And shouts out to I got the mods in the building. They just banned them.
The mods was like ejection button.
Yeah, I mean that's I look. I do these 3 live streams a week, TK. Oh look, Wine Wednesday. Oh, I see you on there for Wine Wednesday. Wine Wednesday, the ladies go hard. I
still hadn't got out. I was still in the hospital. I hadn't get out yet. I was like, let me tune in. And then I was turning up. My phone was so loud. The nurse kept coming in talking about, you're too loud. You're going to disturb the other guest. I was like, fuck. All right, whatever.
So Wine Wednesday, and man, I tell you, it's so crazy. I do 3 live streams a week. Plus I'll be on the Chad Christian show on Tuesday. And oh my God, I'll be on the internet so much, TK. I'm on the internet 4 days a week now, man.
That's how to do it. You got to get that money, man. You got to get that money. You see, yeah. I'm spending less time in the strip club. I'm spending more time, and more money online instead of being, sold 2 more strip clubs. I got 1 left. That's it.
Oh, you sold them?
Yep. Got rid of them shits. Man, I'm telling you, I'm pushing so hard. Look, let me show you. I posted it on Instagram the other day, right? So people was like, what are you at? You can look at my wallet. You can go Google the wallet. It's not. Someone can go look at the address and see exactly what it is. I don't know if it's going to show up that well. Let's see if it focuses.
Ooh.
So this week in Bitcoin that I sold, and this is now I bought into this Bitcoin at about 14,000, right? That's where I bought this Bitcoin that I sold, and I sold it for $99,676.80. That's what I sold that shit for.
Damn.
Yep. And that's for 4.5, 5 months of an investment. Killed it with that shit. So, and it doesn't have to be just Bitcoin. I mean, there's like altcoins. I would tell like anybody that's into this now, they're like, well, how can I hustler? The cryptocurrency shit is like the crack game in the early 90s. No bullshit. It is, if you sold dope in the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. This is exactly like selling dope, except it's legal for now.
For now.
For now.
The government trying to change it though.
They are.
That's why I'm trying to get all my money right now. I'm trying to get all of it right now, because then when it's illegal, I'll be like, all right, I'll be like the Kennedys. I already made all my money. I'm out.
There's a website. There's a website called Bitrex.com. This is how I first got into all this stuff. Bitrex.com is full of altcoins, tons of altcoins, and I tell you, I made about $400 in about 2 minutes off of one altcoin.
Yep.
I invested $13. That's all it was.
Yep.
$13 is what I put in it. Made $400 and it crashed immediately when it shot up. I didn't pull it. That was my fault, you know. But yeah, bitrex.com is definitely something y'all might want to check out if y'all want to look into altcoins and mining and stuff like that.
Yeah, I use Bittrex. I use Cryptopia is another one. I like Cryptopia because they don't report shit. So, like, not that I don't pay the IRS. I pay the IRS. I'm not Wesley Snipes. So I want to make sure that's clear in case the IRS tries to come after me. I pay my fucking bills. But there's Coinbase if you want to buy like the main coins, but you need some Bitcoin to get into the other markets. But like if you're trying to get out and like get your money into other banks, I use like Cryptopia. Bittrex is good too. That's probably the two main ones that I would trust. I don't really fuck with the other ones like that. You know, there's a couple other ones, but they don't got enough of a track record. I'm not fixing to put big money in an exchange that ain't been around.
Hey Tony, out there in the UK, y'all deal with Bitcoins out there?
No, nobody that I know, man. That's completely, you know, alien over here. Nobody's doing that.
Wow. Yeah, because down in the US, it's becoming popular in the US. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got one
virtual money.
Well,
they got one dude that just came from. He moved from Chelsea. He's from the UK. He moved from Chelsea. Now he lives in Miami, and he's doing BitConnect heavy. And that now, I ain't shitting on BitConnect. I don't fuck with it because it don't smell right to me. But it is what it is. Some people, you know, that looks like a Bertie Madoff thing. Is what it is. But I ain't mad. Could be like Amway. It might be legit. Who knows? But yeah, this dude came over from the UK. He's doing it big, and he did. I was watching his shit yesterday. I think he's made 7-point-something million in the last 6 months off of that BitConnect shit with Bitcoin. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Nah, and he was poor as fuck. You can look at his earlier videos where he was living in like the hood in Miami. He was on the other side of the water. Now he's on the other side. He's over there where I'm at. He's over there in South Beach on fucking Collins Avenue with a fucking looking over other buildings with a waterfront view. I'm like, damn, bro. All right, I see you. I ain't mad.
Yeah,
trying to be like that one day.
That's it.
Yeah. So in the UK, y'all don't know nothing about Bitcoin. That's all that stuff like that. It's crazy because us in the US, we learning about it, but they got a lot of people that deep in it.
There's another thing. If you guys are into regular stocks, I'm going to publish a review on it. The dude from Shark Tank just put this out. It's on Android and iOS. It's called Beanstocks. Now, Eric, or you guys, if you guys are doing YouTube, I definitely recommend that you like sign up for the app. I think they have a referral thing. So that way, if you do a video on it, you get extra money into your investment. But basically, what it is it's B stock. So like, let's say you want to invest in Apple, or let's say you want to invest in Google, but you don't have the $1,019 to buy one share of Google. That shit's ridiculous. It's $1,000. But instead of that, you could say, I only got $40 to invest, and I want to invest it in Google. You can do that. You can put $40 into Apple. You can put like a lot of people that want to learn about trading, they can do it, and it only costs a penny to do a trade. Like it's fucking a penny to buy a stock. It's like it's nominal. It's like nothing. So people that wanted to get into the stock market, or to get that itch, once you get into trading, it's over with. It's over.
Hey man, you got me interested in that iPhone SE, man. I like that phone.
You know what I like about this? If I break it, I don't give a fuck because it was $99, and it's still an iPhone, so it's still got a really good, capable camera on it. It's not the best, but this is basically like a food stamp phone, iPhone 6s. So it's basically a smaller 6s that has a good camera. It don't lag. Good. Yeah, and it fits in my pocket. So when I want to carry 3 phones, like today I got 3, I can put this in my pocket, and it's not taking up extra space. It even fits in like the small pocket of your jeans, that little pocket. Boop, it just fits right in it.
4.7 inch, 4.5, huh?
No, this one's only 4 inches. Yeah, this is the old iPhone 5 size.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
So, and I like it.
Feels like
I use it because I told you I got to have an iOS device to answer, when I'm dealing with the YouTube comments. And this thing, if I'm not rocking the big 8 Plus, this is it, because it's easy for me to knock shit out, and it just works.
Damn. Somebody posted a comment, TK, is the app working in the EU?
The Beanstalks? Yeah, it is. It works. Now, they'll tell you if it should find when you make sure your location is turned on. Otherwise, it's going to automatically think you're in the US and it's going to ask you for a social security number. So if you're in the EU or the UK or anywhere else, when you turn the app on, it should turn on your location to see where you're at. If it doesn't, or I've seen some people, I've already read in the comments, some people in Germany, it still was asking for a social security number anyway. Just put 9s or just one number all the way through that spot, because it has to get approved. Once you open the app and you sign up for the account, it still goes to somebody for them to look at it, and they see where you live, and etc., to see if it's approved. So it doesn't matter what you put in if it still has that social security box, just put 0s or not. It doesn't matter. It's still, when it goes through to their verification department, they look at your address and shit. And obviously, if you're in fucking Germany, you don't got a social security number unless you're in the military. So, it is what it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Woo, man, we got to get out of here, man. We way past our time, TK.
I know. I'm sitting here at the hotel. I'm watching security walk by. I'm right here at the Marriott, right? I'm watching the security came by me like 2 times in the golf cart. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Next time I come by, I got to be like, I'm waiting on my dope.
Oh man! All right, so let's go to get on out of here, guys. Go to let everybody know again what your YouTube channels is and stuff like that. All right.
I go first. Joe, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, pettyfixes.com. I do phones, but I also do computer stuff too. So if you guys are into like computer building, reviews or anything like that, that's what I mainly do. But phones is something I'm about to get into because phones were actually my first passion. So if you guys can go ahead and subscribe to my channel, I'm very, very attentive to my subscribers. I answer everything my subscribers talk about. I'm really active in the community. I have a Facebook page and stuff as well. Everything's on the back end of my channel if you want to check it out. So yeah, go ahead and do that for me.
That's right. So check him out. Petty Fixes in the building. He got 217 subscribers. Go on and hit him up. Look like he got a few subscribers after
I know. I think I like 6 of them.
That's what I'm saying. So it's always good to come on the show so y'all got to get an audience and go check him out. Petty Fixes.
Yeah, that first video right there is actually the last video I uploaded. It's actually what my computer looks like at the moment. Just built.
I gotta go check it out. I gotta go check that out.
It's pretty nice, man. I'm not even done with it, so I got a bunch of extra stuff I got to do to it.
That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
That's it, man.
That's it. Everybody know where you're from and what YouTube channel you from.
Me?
Who is me?
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, you up next.
Okay, yeah. My YouTube channel is Volkin Project, mostly mobile phone reviews. I've got the Moto Z2 Play at the moment, and I'm gonna do video comparison with the original Moto Z from last year because they're more or less at the same price. I've got the last Windows flagship, the HP Elite X3, which broke the screen today. I've got the video already shot, which I'm going to publish in the next few days, and plenty of other phones, hopefully. So yeah, slowly but surely growing up.
And I see.
So yeah,
one thing that I like is you're growing. You're almost at 2,200 just by coming on the show. Look like you're growing, almost about to hit 2,200 subscribers. Go check them out, Volkin Project, right here on YouTube. And man, I tell you what, I see the stuff that you got. You got the Leica Lee Pro 3. It's $50. I knew that phone was going to drop. Also, I see you got the LG G5 review for the holidays and stuff like that. That's awesome. So check them out right here on this YouTube channel. Check them out on the YouTube channel, Volkin Project, right here on YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. Got to give you some huge shots out. And of course, TK,
Man, fuck my channel. Go sub to them dudes.
See, TK always say that. So I don't know what TK was gonna say.
I do, because I get it. Because you know why I say that, Eric, too, though? Because you guys, like, I'm trying to get more professional on my channel, but I still, like, I'll be getting into it and I'll be reviewing the phone and I'll be like, man, fuck that and fuck this motherfucker, and I can't stop. And then I'm not editing this shit. I'm gonna publish it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say when people come to your channel and then they go to mine, you're like, man, this dude told a motherfucker to suck a dick and all kinds of shit. Eric, why am I going to this dude's channel? That's why I said, fuck my channel. Go sub to these dudes. Because they're probably way more professional. And if you're into just watching a tech video to watch tech, that's fine. If you're into watching a tech video because you want to see a motherfucker roast somebody, or you want to see, it's like the 50 Cent of tech is what somebody called me today. They said I'm like the biggest internet troll against companies for technology. And if that's the case, then I'm going to be on my 50 Cent in my car, driving away with the cheese on. But
for sure. That's what I'm talking about. That's TK in the building. Everybody in the building. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that come and watch this YouTube channel. Every Saturday night, this is how we do it. Don't forget about every Monday. We do what we do on Mondays. I do Monday Morning Hangover. Yeah. So I do Monday Morning Hangover, and I do Wednesday Night Takeover, the latest takeover of my YouTube channel on Wednesday nights. And don't forget about every Saturday. This is how we do it right here, Easy Computer Solutions. All right, guys, we about to get on out of here. Thank y'all guys very much for coming through. Thank everybody for coming in the stream. This your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. See y'all guys Monday. And don't forget to subscribe to all these people channels. And don't forget to watch my latest video. I just dropped 2 videos today. 2 videos a day. So check them out. See y'all guys. Peace.